release the breakdown. You burn the auction house down. You replace it with the market where we could buy anything. LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, all for a set price. But you lied to us, UK. You lied to us. The market died in front of our eyes. We now have to gamble for anything. Our road is a casino, but you continue to lie. People spend thousands of Kobe, but there was no Kobe. You lied to us, or scammed us all. But you don't care as long as we don't leave the billion dollar casino.
That is the greatest song in the history of music. I absolutely love it. And oh my goodness, do we have a show for you guys today? Steve, ThunderStash Gaming. I am live with him. We are live on both channels. For those of you who are watching on the Sons Geek channel, we're doing something a little different today. We're recording this on August 21st. It's the NBA offseason. There's no news going on right now. But guess what? There was some NBA2K MyTeam news today. And we're going to get some news next week. And then on September 6th, well, a couple days before September 6th, 2K is going to be here back in our lives again. So that's what we're going to be doing here, live on both channels, Sons Geek and ThunderStash Gaming's channels. And I'm going to introduce my co-host, co-streaming live on his channel, ThunderStash Gaming. Steve, how you doing, man?
What's up, guys? I am doing great. A lot better, actually. I was already doing great, let me say, but man, I wasn't expecting, I don't know. I was hopeful that we were going to have like some good positive news today. But again, like with that music video we just played, you know, that video was created because of 2K's actions over the last 12 months. And I just didn't have like super high hopes. I was kind of guarding myself too. I was protecting myself going into it, knowing that, you know, hey man, like mentally preparing myself that you might get some bad news. And sure enough, man, it was the opposite. So yeah, lots to talk about today. Welcome everyone. What's up to everyone that's tuned in on Sons Geek channel? Of course, I've been on the show quite a few times. It is the NBA off season. Yep. And it's the NBA off season, but it's coming into the 2K season, which, as we all know, is the precursor to the NBA season, because it always comes out about 6 weeks before. So yeah, it's pretty exciting times. A lot going on. Thanks for tuning in. We'll jump into this.
Yes, sir. But real quick before we jump into it, ThunderStash, just curious, man, because I know it's going to be a pretty long day for you. You are one of the co-hosts of the Nintendo Byte podcast, and not only that, you can tell us all about that, but I heard a rumor that you have some videos coming out today, man, and I can't wait to see all those. But you just kind of want to fill in at least my audience, and maybe even yours, maybe some newer subscribers of yours, because I know your channel's been taken off, about what you got coming out later today before we dive into all this MyTeam news and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, man. So today at 4 o'clock Arizona time, I have 3 videos coming out, which I've never released. I think more than one video in a day. 3 videos, and it's because I played all of these games back to back to back, and I decided to review them back to back to back. And so this is something new for me, right? But what we're doing is it's reviews for special games. The Legend of Zelda for regular Nintendo, except it's a little different. This is a unofficial Super Nintendo port of the original Legend of Zelda that takes advantage of the MSU1 chip And if you guys don't know what the MSU1 chip is, like I can't blame you because not a lot of people know about it, but it's essentially a fan-made chip that emulates what the Super Nintendo CD that never came out would have been capable of doing. So this is the original Legend of Zelda, but on Super Nintendo with quality sound, a fully orchestrated soundtrack. It's crazy. Then, same thing with Zelda 2. I'm playing it on Super Nintendo with fully orchestrated soundtrack. And then the last one is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo, also taking advantage of that. And it has 112 fully orchestrated songs in the game. So they got rid of the original soundtrack and they either used the same song but fully orchestrated, or they added also new songs. So they really didn't take anything away. You either get the fully orchestrated song and then you get more stuff. For instance, like you go into the shop in A Link to the Past and they play the music from Ocarina of Time when you go to the shop. It's crazy, really cool. You got to check it out. I had so much fun with these, but they're all coming out today at 4 p.m. And then, yeah, tonight at 6 p.m. my time, Arizona again, we have the weekly Nintendo Byte podcast with Nintendo Prime. And we'll probably be talking about Switch 2 stuff because there's been a lot to rumors. It's really heating up. It's getting very interesting. So I'm sure we're going to be talking about some new Switch 2 rumors because, again, that's like right around the corner. And that's what I got going on. A lot to.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing all that. And once again, you guys, we're live on both channels. All of our links are down below in the description. Follow us on social media, all of our platforms. I mean, you can see on my screen right now, I just popped it up. It's going on the ticker right there. But all of your links are down below in the description, Steve. So check out that description box. And I am really excited to jump into this, man. But Steve, I know I said before we get started twice already, I'm sorry. I have to do this, man. We have to just react to that beautiful song one more time. I'm sorry. I'm going to play host here. We're going to react to that song one more time because it's absolutely beautiful. And I just want to play it one more time. And by the way, I want to shout out the creator of this. I believe his name is DBG, if I'm getting that correctly. Big content creator for 2K. And I recently checked out some of his content. I believe he has a second channel where he's covering the WNBA. But you know what? This song is just so perfect. And we just have to play it one more time. So here we go.
Back in August, you released a breakdown. You burned the auction house down. You replaced it with the market where we could buy anything. LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, all for a set price. But you lied to us, okay? You lied to us. The market died in front of our eyes. We now have to gamble for anything. Our road is a casino, but you continue to lie. People spend thousands for Kobe, but there was no Kobe. You lied to us or scammed us all, but you don't care as long as we don't leave the $1 billion casino.
All right, I'm hyped
So
up.
good.
Sorry, I had to play that one more time. I'm hyped up now. I'm ready to go. And in other words, that means my coffee's kicking in. So, Steve, you told me last night. We're gonna let the viewers in a little bit. You told me last night. I'm gonna quote you on this. You were almost ready to quote "rage out" if the My Team news was gonna be bad. So before we dive into the My Team courtside report and get your thoughts and everything, can you just kind of give us your opening thoughts, your kind of quick little reaction before we really dive into this and then eventually start opening packs? Because that's what we're going to do here in a little bit after we talk My Team news. We're going to open up a whole bunch of packs. So just give me your initial reaction when that was going on. What were you thinking, man? I know you were taking notes too.
Yeah, actually, I took a lot of notes. Initial reaction was, holy shit. Like, They're doing what they need to do. This rarely happens in life, right? Like once a company kind of goes another direction, they rarely will reel it back in and say, you know what, we were wrong. And they didn't say that. They didn't come out and apologize or anything. But I'll tell you what, it felt like an apology. And I'm sure everyone else who plays 2K would agree that that's what it felt like. And I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to accept what they went over today as the apology. So yeah, I went into it thinking, hey, this might be the first time. This is probably going to be the first time since the original 2K on Dreamcast. I've owned every single NBA 2K. And I thought this was going to be the first time I don't do it, which was kind of a sad realization because it's become a tradition for me and I think for so many other people that hey, every year around the same time, we have 2K launch day and it's a lot of fun and you're checking everything out and playing all the different game modes. It's just something you look forward to. I'm sure people can relate that play like Call of Duty every year, right? Launch day is a really exciting time. Obviously, people who play Madden as well. It's just fun, man. And I was like, this kind of sucks that I may not be doing this for the first time in 25 years. Like, it's hard to believe, right? So, with that said, I'm thankful that that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, man. On a personal note, with what you were talking about, I'm right there with you, man, because I've been playing 2K for as long as I can remember. And when you said like you were the way I took what you said was you weren't even sure if you're going to pre-order it, and if this news would have been bad and not what you were expecting, why should you pre-order it? I mean, respond with your wallet, as you once told me in a way. So
yeah.
I hear you on that,
man.
Vote
with your wallet.
Yeah, vote with your wallet. And even me, man, I've told you in the past, I'm like, I haven't picked up 2K on launch day in the last couple of years. I've waited a little bit, especially for those like patch updates and them to work on the game.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brandon, I was just gonna say that too. Is that when you get it on launch day, you know what you are, right? I've told everybody this, and it's
sucker?
not just no, it's not just 2K though. Okay, it's other games too. You're essentially an unpaid game tester. That's what you are.
Exactly my point why I didn't buy it.
Yeah, and I've told you, Brandon, that I have submitted so many tech tickets
I bet.
on 2K's actual tech page over the years. And it's not fun. It's not fun working with the tech team. I don't even want to go into the details of it, but
right.
Yeah, that's essentially what you are. So I get it. And it is nice to wait for those patch updates. But for people who can't wait, like me,
yeah,
I deal with it.
Exactly. So I guess with that being said, man, I'm about to share the screen here, and we watched the Twitch stream. We watched their video version of the courtside report, and I think it's linked in here as well. But we're going to share the screen, and I'm going to kind of let you take the wheel here, Steve. If you need me to like click anything or scroll down or whatever the case may be, let me know. But let me lower this little banner right here so they can see better. Hopefully we look okay on the screen too. But yeah, NBA 2K25. And from what I gathered from that whole thing, and hopefully this is true, I hope I'm not jinxing anything here, it does seem like they listened to the community. They listened to the feedback. They probably got thousands, if not countless, negative feedback from their last MyTeam. And hopefully they listen to the community. So let's kind of start off here. There, you can see the screen. SGA, Jason Tatum, Vince Carter, Jalen Brunson. Is that Jaren Jackson Jr. in the middle? All on the Bulls right there. But here's the MyTeam courtside report. The stream was probably like an hour, maybe, if not longer. It felt like an hour. The Twitch
it was 45 minutes.
Wow. And that was one of the longer ones, right?
I think it was the longest one, which, it's the biggest mode in the game, but they really they really went into detail, which is
Exactly.
good. Because
Yeah.
if they would have just glossed over things, that would have been concerning. But they went into detail, I think, because they're probably proud of the product they're presenting,
Exactly.
which is a different tone.
So, just real quick, I'm not going to sit here and read you this line by line because that's just, I'm not a good reader and that's just boring. But I will start with this: become the best of the best in my team and assemble an elite lineup in NBA 2K15's revamped mode featuring the auction house, triple threat park, and more. So, Steve, where exactly do you want to start with this? Should we just start with what they started with, which
Yeah.
was the auction house? Now, they did tweet that, I believe, about 45 minutes before their Twitch stream. And I'm assuming this is a good thing. How do you feel about the auction house being back? And again, if you need me to scroll down or highlight anything, just let me know.
Yeah, scroll down just a tad.
Yeah, I got you.
And okay, yeah, guys. So with the auction house, this is huge. Huge that it's back. So last year they got rid of the auction house and they introduced the player market. And with the player market, 2K controlled everything. They controlled the price on everything, meaning everything's a set price. Where hey, if they just released, 12 new cards, right? The only way you could buy them is in the player market. And then you could buy it with either VC or MT. So MT is the currency, of course, that you earn in the game, and virtual currency is literally real money, right? Like think about putting money in a vending machine and then you're getting tokens. That's what that is. And as the season went on, it was right around All-Star break. They started releasing cards that were only obtainable through virtual currency, meaning the only way you can get this card is if you use real money. And it wasn't cheap, like at all. So that was not good because they said at the beginning of the year that they wouldn't do that. Right. And so, long story short, I think the player market was a massive failure. And one of the things that everyone has always really liked is buying cards in the auction house because so many people will buy, like with real money, they'll buy tons of packs of cards and they get a lot of duplicates, right? And they just send their card to the auction house and then somebody else can buy it for a reasonable price, not 2K's set price, right? And then one of the best parts, okay, like literally people have YouTube channels that just do this. And it's called sniping, as we used to call it. And basically you set certain filters on your search in the auction house.
As Lufa says right here, sniping is back. Let's go.
Yes, dude, sniping's
That's
the
so good.
best. I love sniping. Like I love it.
Sorry to
I
interrupt.
swear to you. No, you're good. Like I could be multitasking, like doing something else, doing work on the computer. And I also have like 2K up in the background, constantly refreshing while I'm working, trying to snipe some cards for
That's
a good
great.
deal. Because, it's like if a bunch of new cards just came out, right? And there's a card that you want. And say you see someone selling it for like, I don't know, 3 or 4,000. And you're like, no way. This card's easily worth 15 or 20, right? And so you see it and then you go and try and buy it, but somebody else already bought it, right? But you start to see what the price is and you're like, okay, I've seen a couple sell for way under. So now I'm going to set my parameters for that because I know people don't know the true value of this card that are playing this game. So you set your parameters from like 100 MT to 4,000 MT and you just keep refreshing until you see one pop up and then you try and buy it real quick. It's like eBay. It's like eBay. This is eBay for 2K.
Yeah.
And it's great because who wants to buy a video game at full price, right? When you could buy a used copy, so to speak, for a quarter of the price. That's what the auction house is. This is great.
And real quick, I was listening to you and I was kind of reading what this says right here, and I highlighted what I'm kind of taking away here. I think they're mainly focusing on the menu, but it says auction house menu has been consolidated, I hope I said that word right, into a one-stop shop for searching, buying, and selling. No more exiting back to the My Team menus to retrieve your completed actions or check on your bids. For some reason, I took that away from a lot of that just there.
So previously, how this worked is, you would bid on the card in the auction house menu.
Yep.
So say you bid on 5 different cards, right? You'd have to exit the menu and then go into another screen called like active bids or something.
Yep.
And it would show you all the cards that you actively bidding on. And then if you want to see what auctions were completed, you have to back out of that menu and then go to completed auctions to see if you won anything. It was like
annoying.
It didn't make sense. It's like you had to go to like 4 different websites to get the answer on a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
This should all be on the same website.
Preach. Same menu.
Why is this on? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what it was like, though. It's like you had to source 4 different websites to get an answer. And now with this, it's like, okay, it's all consolidated under one roof, thankfully. So that's good. What do we got here? What's this chat?
It says, dude, I was trying to get a freaking Devin Booker card all year, like the Invincible one, but I couldn't get lucky. And somehow I can get all the GOAT cards here. But I come here to Devin Booker and 2K25. Speaking of Invincible and GOAT cards, later on, we're going to be unpacking some stuff because you've accumulated, and I'm not joking here, 2.5 million in My Team points and credits. So we're going to be doing that a little bit later, while also talking about the latest My Team news, reacting to what you open, because you know me, I'm an NBA history fan. I can't wait to see all the jerseys and players and all that good stuff that we're going to get. I don't know. I just thought I'd pull that up because one, it said Devin Booker, and it relates to what we're talking about. Oh yeah,
and I hope I get it because I want that card too.
Exactly.
So to talk more about the auction house, okay, these are some of my takeaways that I rapidly typed out while I was watching the live stream. One thing they said is that to unlock more space in the auction house, and if you look at that screenshot, you see how there's 3 cards.
Yep.
And that's your screen. So normally on the auction house, like in previous years, those cards would be a lot smaller and the screen would be shrunk, and you'd probably be able to see like 8 to 10 cards.
Yep.
So now it's like smaller. And they said that in order to unlock more space in the auction house, you need to unlock more reps, which that's something we'll talk about as well, because that's brand new. And I think that's great, but we'll touch on that later. But essentially, you know what it reminds me of, Brandon? Have you played like the Resident Evil games?
I have not, to be honest.
Well, for anyone who's played them, essentially you have to upgrade your inventory in the game, like upgrade almost like your suitcase to carry more items, right? And that's something you earn throughout the game. This is like the same thing in a sense that, like, in order to get more cards to show, you need to unlock and progress more in the game. I think this is pretty cool. They did mention that once you unlock it, that I think it stays unlocked.
Yeah, I think I remember them saying that. Yeah,
and let's see what they say. So I'm going to kind of actually read the auction house piece because, this is new, the way they're returning it. So the auction house returns in 2K, where you can auction off or acquire cards using My Team points. That's good. That's key. To enhance your collection. New in 2K25, the auction house menu's been consolidated. Yes. Okay, so you can also search for a selected card directly from your My Auctions menu, so you can easily check empty prices.
Is that new, by the way, or has that been around? The search thing?
There's always been a search, because that's how you set up your filters.
Yeah, I was just curious.
For sniping, but I think they did something different here.
Okay.
And then it says earning more My Team rep will increase your my auctions capacity, allowing you to get the most out of the auction house. So, and they said that in order to increase your my team rep, like you just have to like play the game and win. And I don't even know if you have to win, but you
Yeah.
have to like play the game, you know what I mean? And increase your reps. So I think that's pretty cool.
And real quick, I just shared a tweet from NBA 2K or 2K Intel, and it says, rep seems to be back in NBA 2K25. And I know the picture's blurry, but that's what I'm assuming it's going to look like. And I know there's rep like in the NBA my career stuff too.
Yeah.
I thought
And
that was a good tweet to share.
you can see the bronze
Yep.
logo there. So that's your rep badge.
Yep.
And they had mentioned that there's obviously different rep rankings and whatnot. And again,
Yeah.
we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll
But
get into that.
on
I
the
just thought I'd share
surface,
that.
I just want to say I think this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, this is so cool. And this is a great crossover because I don't play the my career, my player mode. I don't play.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. You know why?
You.
You know why? It's all consuming. Okay.
Yeah.
It would be no different than me being addicted to a game like World of Warcraft. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's all consuming, never ending. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's just too much. But I really appreciate some of the things there.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things I always thought was really cool. So this is a great crossover.
Absolutely.
One thing also to mention, this was really funny, but they said zero tolerance policy in the auction house.
I heard them
and
talking about that.
If you do anything detrimental to the mode, now the thing is like that's a big blanket statement, and they're the ones who determine what's detrimental.
Yeah.
So,
right.
I mean, they said basically don't do anything that's against the terms of service. I think this is good. And I always thought this, Brandon, and I thought this was very unfortunate in that there was a lot of people who broke the terms of service and I guess screwed up the auction house, but they didn't really. I think they just screwed up 2K's profits.
Okay.
And it was unfortunate. And because of that, they took away the auction house last year.
Yep.
And they shouldn't have done that. You should never punish everyone based on
a few bad apples.
Never. Just ban them. Just ban them, dude.
Preach.
Easy. So I'm glad they corrected that mistake.
And real quick, earlier in the show, you were talking about how they didn't apologize, but they admitted to pretty much they know they fucked up. Excuse my language. Sorry, y'all. But they pretty much admitted they fucked up and they listened to the community, as I mentioned earlier, because I think they even said that. They said, we heard your feedback. We hear you. Auction house is back. But it's not just the auction house. It's really, I think, all of my team. We can talk about it later, Steve.
Yeah.
But like, you literally uninstalled the game at some point. We can talk about that later. But I just wanted to bring that up. I'll have you tell that story later, but you want to continue on here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hit the next part.
Yep, let's do it. Let's go to Triple Threat Park, which I found this kind of interesting. That's just my personal opinion. I don't really know if a lot of like hardcore my team gamers are thrilled about this. I found it interesting though, man. I think it's pretty cool.
Okay, so let me explain a couple things.
Yeah.
One, I think this is fantastic. This is one of the things that I was saying that I love, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of big things here that I really appreciate it. Let's kind of read through it though.
Yeah, let's go for it. I'll give you a little breather if you want me to read some of it. I can give you let you take a break here.
Okay, yeah. If you want to go ahead and read that.
So, okay, let's see. So now they did make this clear real quick because they mentioned it a couple times. This is only available on new gen, which I know in 2K's history, that's always been a thing. Like, you're only going to be able to play these game modes or do X, Y, and Z on new gen consoles. I guess to an extent, I understand it. Whatever. I just want to make that clear. You have to have new gen in order to do this. Let's read it. NBA 2K25 introduced one of the biggest upgrades to my team in its history. Triple Threat Park. Meet new friends face to face, blah, blah, blah. Play against play up or against in the new home for Triple Threat Online, blah, blah, blah. Triple Threat Park will be accessible on PS5. They on new gen is what I'm trying to say here. Let me see. For the first time, you will take the court in park gameplay with NBA players while your my players cheer from the sidelines. So in short, it's all on new gen, Triple Threat Park. You can take the court on the park with your players. They said that the my players are cheering from the sidelines. That way they're not in the way. Triple Threat Park is a faithful remaster of NBA 2K16's Rivet City Championship, My Park, including details down to the iconic chain nets and glass walkways. That's pretty cool, Steve. So they're sort of doing a throwback to NBA 2K16, and one of the hosts on that show, by the way, was wearing an old 2K16 shirt. I thought that was pretty badass. Real quick, Steve, just any takeaways right there? Was there? I know I didn't read that full thing. I'm sure there's probably a lot I missed there. But what I know you're excited about this. What do you think about it?
Yeah, so a lot of takeaways. One, playing Triple Threat online or offline, you've been inside this gym, and it's got like a ton of neon colors on the court and everything. It's just very unnatural, right?
Yep.
It looks like, I don't know, like you're playing on a dance floor.
Or like an in-season tournament court for the NBA.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't like it. I don't really care for it. I like those modes. I really don't care for the surroundings, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it's not a huge deal. Like it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But this is a visual, I think,
visually cleaner. It looks more better to the eye,
Totally. I love that we got the chain nets, because anyone who's played basketball in real life,
bucket.
the sound of a chain net is special.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So really happy about that. That's all cool. A couple other things. So what I noticed is that they said that you'd use your my player.
Yeah.
So and they said that you can walk from the city in the game to the street courts.
Sweet.
So you know what they're doing is that they are forcing, and this, I don't say it's bad or good, but they're basically forcing MyTeam players who only play MyTeam to create a My Career player.
Yep, which that might receive some mixed feedback, maybe.
Yeah, it depends on how they do it.
Because I know My Career is not for everybody.
No, but they're forcing you to at least do that, okay?
Yeah.
And then they're saying you can stroll through the city to then go to the Triple Threat rooftop courts.
Yep.
Why do they want you to do that?
So, sorry to interrupt real quick. If you're watching the screen, you can see a little preview of the park and everything that we're looking at here. And we're recording this on August 21st, by the way. There is going to be some I think it's My City news coming out next week.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, Steve, why are they doing that?
Why do they want you to walk through the city?
I hope it's not for microtransactions. I hope they aren't doing that for that. That was the first one. I was like, wait a minute. Because again, My Career is not for everybody. You said it earlier. You don't really do the My Career stuff. I used to be hardcore into the My Career stuff, but it's so damn time consuming. And I'm going to full screen myself here. And it also costs a lot of money.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So basically what happened in the real world, what happens when you go to, a populated metropolitan city? What is there? Tons of stores, tons of shops.
Yep.
Everyone wanting your money. This is the virtual version of it.
Oh,
and
great.
At the same time, they want you to see, I'm sure, what My Career has to offer, because
and that's fair.
That's how
I can
you
understand that. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, but that's how you see it, right? Is that like you go through the city and you see different modes that you can go do.
Yep.
And so I get it, and I don't mind that, and it is what it is.
Yep.
And you know what? I think that the city aspect's pretty cool, and maybe it will get some people. I'm sure some people will cross over and do both modes. So I'm sure it's going to be a win for 2K.
Yeah.
Another thing that's really cool about this, okay, is that so last year there was a lot of agendas for the triple threat online co-op mode.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to find co-op people to run with, right? And with this, you go to the park and they show you, do you see on this GIF that they're showing, you see the triangles on the baseline
Yep.
that are green?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you go stand and you wait for a game, and then somebody else will walk up with their my career player and somebody else. And then once you have three, you're on next. It's just like playing real basketball. It's just like going to the gym and waiting for next. You wait for the game to get over,
Yep.
you hop in, and then you play. And they said like four, I think four courts were reserved for online co-op. And then, there's a couple, the other courts are for online, but I thought that was really cool. And that's a way to, I think, really make this mode, the triple threat online co-op, a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make people play it more. And the thing is that Brandon, there are so many prizes that were locked in that mode. And
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't get them because it's kind of hard to find, people who can play right when you're playing.
Exactly.
And
Which,
so it's
yeah.
cool. And what else did they mention? One other thing is that you choose 3 cards. So say your 3 favorite players, right? Are what?
They mentioned like
Booker.
Kevin Durant, Booker. They mentioned like, yeah,
Yeah. So you
Jokic.
bring 3 cards
Yep.
to the court. And then I think they said 2K will select one of your cards. You don't select it.
I can get behind that, to be honest. That's
Well,
kind
I
of
kind of
cool.
like that
Yeah,
because
keeps things interesting.
I wonder how they're going to do it. For
Yeah.
instance, will it make sense
Mm-hmm.
if I come with a guard and 2 centers and someone else comes with, a forward and 2 centers? Will they make it make sense?
Right.
Basically, like, will we have a guard, a forward, and a center? Or will
Exactly.
2K make it 3 super short guards, even though you had a big guy, a center, as one of your 3 cards? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that wouldn't make sense.
Will
So
they
I'm
make it
hoping that they're
balanced
doing it.
maybe, or will they make it unpredictable?
I'm hoping they make it balanced. It seems like that's what they're going for
Yeah.
with 2K25 is bringing balance across everything. And we can get into that more because I think they talk about it.
Yeah. And real quick, just for anybody who's watching the stream, I did zoom in a little bit, and I know this isn't like, I mean, it says it's gameplay, but it's like, it's just, the courts right here. And just real quick, I highlighted it earlier. There are a total, this is the part I didn't read, but it says there are a total of 9 courts. 4 of these courts are for 2-player 3v3 games where each person controls 3-player card lineup, like you just mentioned. The other 5 courts are for 6-player 3v3 co-op, where each person controls 1 player card, with 2 of these courts designed as a quote no squad end quote courts. Hopefully that makes sense. Just wanted to share that. So
yeah, and that means that you're running with random people on those
exactly.
2 courts, which is great. And was there one other thing? Oh yeah, one other thing I want to mention that I thought was cool is that they did mention there will be limited time events in the park, which limited time events are some of the most fun things to do in 2K.
Yeah. And again, later on, I'll link the whole courtside report and everything. Actually, I clicked the wrong thing there, but I'll put the whole courtside report in the description, put it in my comment section afterwards. You guys can go read this. I'm sure there's going to be a video on it on 2K's end. But anything else in terms of triple threat that you wanted to discuss? Like, should we kind of move on from this? Because
Let's move on.
I think we covered a decent amount of it.
Yeah, let's move on from triple threat and just say that that's definitely a W.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good to me. I'm more curious about that whole, like, them not giving you a card, but they choose a card for you. That's kind of what I'm curious about. That's going to be a lot of fun because it's like you got your 2 cards, but you're going to be playing with a random pretty much, which I like that. It keeps things interesting.
You scroll up just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see a little bit more.
Yeah.
And a little bit more, a little
Yep,
bit
yep, yep.
more.
Triple Park.
Okay, right there. Exploring Triple Threat Park.
Yeah.
So show off your My Team rep progress and your
Mhm.
ranking from the last King of the Court event.
Your
That
current
is
showdown tier, as well as your first choice player card on your customized player panel as you walk around Triple Threat Park as your My Player. Yeah.
okay. And it says once you approach a court's open next spot, your My Player will walk into the court and then they'll reveal the NBA players you will be controlling. Okay.
I like that. That's cool, actually. I missed
That
that
is
part.
cool.
I completely missed that.
Okay, cool.
That's
All
cool.
right.
Yeah. All right. So just moving on here, Showcase Spot, a special feature in which so this is more triple threat stuff. If you step on, okay, so let's see. Let me just make sure I'm getting this right. If you step onto the Showcase Spot, you will open packs on a massive billboard for everyone to see. If you obtain a high-powered player card, that player will make the grand entrance, as you can see on the screen here with this little GIF or GIF, whatever you call it, complete with fireworks display. So that's just a little, bonus, I guess. That's kind of cool though. If you can see it on the screen right now, it's kind of cool. We already talked about the rep a little bit. Do you want to move on to Breakout?
Yeah, this looks like the coolest.
Okay.
Definitely the coolest, biggest, newest thing here.
Yep. Let's do it, man.
All right. So with Breakout mode, it's a new mode that houses the revamped single player experience, which is great because single player experience hasn't really gotten a lot of new stuff over the years.
Yeah.
And then you select a difficulty and you begin in the middle of the Breakout board, and it's almost like a board game, right? And it's surrounded by, says, various arenas representing game modes, eras, which I thought was really cool. Different, obviously, eras in the NBA where you have to play against, an 80s, 90s, 2000s team. That's cool. And opponents that you choose to compete against. So the goal is to break out of the game board and then earn your reward. And you choose what direction you move and compete in a quick triple threat, they say, or clutch time 5-on-5.
Yep.
Or a shortened 13 card full lineup game. They mentioned it would be like, I think, 4-minute quarters, which is great.
That's cool.
Because we don't have all the time in the world.
Yep.
And before starting a game, you can preview the game types and opponents. And then you can also discover the rewards available on the outer rim. So if you scroll down, let's see if they show a screenshot of it.
I think they do. Yeah, it's right here. I can zoom in a little bit.
This looks so cool.
Kind of reminds me of like Monopoly or something. Like you said, a board game. That's cool.
Yeah.
That was my first thought when I saw it.
So you see in the top right corner, it says prize points, 5, 10, 15, and then goes a little bit past that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see on the left there, it says era 2000s. You're playing the 2001 76ers. So
went to the
Iverson,
finals with Allen Iverson. Yep.
Mutombo.
Yep.
Objectives: make 1 4-pointer and win by 10. So this is for clutch time.
That's cool.
Yeah. So of course, if you're going to do this objective, you want to bring a team for clutch time that has good 3-point shooters, and then one that has at least probably a silver or gold unlimited range badge. So very cool. And they were showing it to where you move around the prize board and you could see again, like what it is and like what your challenge is going to be. So do you want to go that way? Like, are you confident you can do this? Because if not, maybe you should check what's up on the game board or what's to the right of it. And then they talked about the gatekeeper, which I was like, oh, that's so cool, which is your final one where it's basically like a boss mode.
Yep.
And they also mentioned that if you lose 3 times in a run, you have to start over again.
Right.
And honestly, this is like adding roguelike elements to a sports game.
Yeah.
Is the first thing I thought of. I'm like, this is really cool. This is not something that's been done before. So let's see what it says. You want to read some of that, Brandon?
I can read some of that. And real quick, Steve, I swear I remember us having the same conversation last year to an extent that I will give 2K credit here. They do a good job of like making sure you're playing the game and keeping you on the game. Because when you were going over that was like my first thought. I was like, They want you to actually play the game and stay on the game, you know, and I give 2K credit for that. But let me just read you guys some of this. As you explore each board, you'll play against a range of opponents, including NBA teams, historic teams, era themed, blah, blah, blah. We talked about that a minute ago. Win prizes and points and progress in that direction on the board. And each game has a single game objective. We talked about that just a few minutes ago. Let me kind of scroll down a bit. With the addition of Breakout, the standalone triple threat and clutch time modes have been retired and merged into this brand new comprehensive experience. However, within Breakout, you can choose to play on the boards that exclusively contain triple threat or clutch time games. Both triple threat and clutch time games are now played in the quote House of Clutch arena, with triple threat games still using a smaller 3v3 court, but with the fans behind the court surrounding the barriers away from the action. So that's like the second time we've heard that, because we heard that with triple threat earlier, where like the my players or whatever will be pushed to the side. They're not in the way. So maybe they received some feedback about that. You know?
I know they did.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because that honestly, that is so annoying when you're playing.
Yep.
And like people, okay. What's funny is like in real life, when you go to the gym, you go to the rec center and you're playing a full court game, right?
Yep.
How many times are you playing and a basketball comes over from the other court?
Yep.
And you have to
annoying.
stop play.
Yep.
How many times will someone, if you're playing full court and you're down on the other end, and somebody will come onto the court that you're not on for a second and try to get a couple shots in when there's other courts open?
Yep. And there's
This
like, yeah.
This literally happened yesterday. It happens all the time. It's been happening for decades. You know, I've been playing ball my whole life. This always happens, right?
Yep.
And this is one of the just annoying things that happens. But you know, it's life. It just is what it is. Why would you add that to the game? Something that nobody likes in real life.
Exactly.
I was like, what are you doing? Why is this dude on the court?
Yeah.
Why is there interference?
I feel like it causes
did
like
you guys
glitches.
code it this way?
Yeah, exactly. It causes like glitches and all that too.
I couldn't believe it. So when they said today that they fixed that and made sure that all of the fans or all the people that are just hanging out, you know, basically at the gym, don't come on the court now. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Great. Like, I can't believe you guys did that. So
it's also the fact that like we're in the year 2024. In a few months, it's going to be the year 2025, and they're finally addressing that. You know what I mean? Like, I think they even did stuff like that in my career mode, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I just come on, 2K.
nuts.
What are we doing?
Yeah, that was crazy. But I was really happy to see that.
Yeah. Any other like takeaways with this game mode? Do you want to kind of continue on here? And by the way, later, like when we're opening packs, if you want to dive deeper into Steve's question here, I highlighted it. We can talk about that later. But yeah,
I would say the only other thing I mentioned about this mode, again, one, like you said, yeah, it's designed to keep you in the game and playing it more. If you lose 3 times in a run, you have to start over again.
Yep. I do like that kind of in a weird way. I like it. It's challenging. Just saying. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Yeah. It's challenging.
What else? The Gatekeeper team. I love that. I actually, from everything I saw, I am like super hyped about that mode, and I can't wait to see more of it. And I can't wait to see what the prizes are going to be.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun because, you know, the juice has to be worth the squeeze. If I'm going to spend time to do this, the prize has got to be good too. Like, it can't be like a badge pack or a bronze shoe pack. It's got to be some good stuff. So hopefully they don't mess that up.
Exactly. Now, Showdown, is that a new like mode or like?
Yeah, they said it's replacing
Showdown. Yeah.
They said it's replacing Unlimited mode.
Yeah, okay. I did note that in my notes. It is Showdown replaces old. Yeah, okay.
This is big, okay, because Unlimited is a mode that is not very inviting.
Right.
Okay. It's for the like elite players. It's not for the casuals.
Yeah.
It's not for the person who picks up 2K, wants to jump in and have like a great online experience. It's not. Like a lot of what you see on Unlimited is players spamming the same plays that basically almost break the game. Like they figure out how to basically not play basketball. Like we're not
Yeah.
even playing basketball, right? This
Yeah.
doesn't feel like
They're
basketball.
cheesing. They're cheesing.
Yeah, just cheesing the shit out of the game, and it's not cool. And then of course they get on the microphone and just talk mad shit and use all kinds of like racial slurs, like everything. To the point that when I started streaming 2K, I had to mute everybody because I don't want that on my channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a toxic mode. However, I'm glad they dumped it. And it sounds like they did because they want a fresh start and something more inviting. Because that's the only way you're going to grow 2K is if you do things that are more inviting. And this right here. So games are played with, 13 card lineups, 4-minute quarters, which is nice because before it was 5. And that extra minute helps make it quicker. But here's the key part. The core of this mode is a progression system across 15 tiers. There's 15 tiers. And the primary goal is to win and get promoted. You will start at tier 15 and you'll work your way up to tier 1 as you stack up wins. As an extra incentive, if you go on a win streak, you will earn extra progression up the ladder. Losses will count against you, but there are checkpoints built into each tier to protect your progress. So it's like if you start at tier 15 and you make it to tier 10, you'll never drop down to tier 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right?
Yeah.
It's like playing the game 21 and you reach safety. Like you're never going to drop down. This is wonderful. They also mentioned that one thing that I love here is that with this mode, they are going to use the tiers for matchmaking.
Yep.
Huge.
Keep it balanced, right?
Huge, dude,
Yeah.
because I can't tell you how many times you go into a game of Unlimited and you can see that the person you're playing against spent like $500 in real world money on their lineup.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going in there with cards that are nowhere close to as good. And it's just silly. You know what I'm saying? It's lame. And so that problem won't be fixed with this, but I think it will help a lot because again, the matchmaking was just all over the place. And the first thing I thought of, Brandon, is that this is easy to manage for 2K.
Right.
Because that's how you code it. You literally write in the code, behind the scenes that, hey, tier 15s play against tier 15s. How hard is that to manage? If there's no tier 15s available for a game, match them up with tier 14. We're going to move you up one more tier, but we'll probably give you more XP if you win.
And
Easy.
also, like we've like we've talked about a couple times here, it kind of seems like they're trying to balance it out. That's the vibe I'm getting from the Showdown feature. And I want to read the big red letters here on the screen. Quote, Showdown features an improved leaderboard that only considers games played between tier 1 players. This will ensure the leaderboard accurately represents the best players in Showdown. So again, sounds like balance. Whether you paid a lot for your MyTeam Showdown and all that, or you didn't, it seems like if you win and you're competitive and you play and you're stacking up wins, hopefully the matchmaking system will match correctly. And as it says here, that the best players in Showdown will be playing against each other. That's the vibe I'm getting from it.
Yeah, I love that. And if you scroll down just a little bit, Brandon, it says tiers also come into play for matchmaking. Yes. It says after you get a target amount of Showdown wins each week, you will qualify for the new competitive King of the Court mode.
Yep.
And they mentioned that the King of the Court mode is every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yep.
And
starting on September 14th. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is something that you work towards during the week.
Sweet.
By playing the game. and then you can enter into the King of the Court mode, which again, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be fun, especially for people who really like to compete like I do. I'm hyped for that. And so it says to qualify, you must meet certain qualification thresholds in either the new showdown or in triple threat park modes during the preceding week. And you scroll up just a little bit, Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay, or earn qualified. After each King of the Court game, you will earn a game score based on your performance. So if you lose 3 games on Saturday during that 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. hour, then it says
King of the Court is over.
yeah, so you're out.
Yeah.
Really cool, man. Like I thought this was awesome, and I'm really excited to participate. I'll sure I'll be there the first week playing in that and checking it out. So
Kind of feels like real life basketball in a way. Like if you or your team loses and there's a whole bunch of people, like you're off the court, you know? It's kind of
yeah,
that's how I look at it, you know?
yeah, and
by
I
the way,
love
there's
it.
a graphic there too. Kind of shows week 1, some random names, the event points. There's the reward right there. I think they did mention that the 1 there was so
Yeah,
much to unpack there, but current
I got
tier
notes on it.
rewards, yeah, like I'm just reacting to this graphic right here, but yeah, I don't know.
It's very cool. So prizes are given for the top 50%, top 10, top 1, and then the ultimate King of the Court. So for each week, whoever's like number 1, they get 1 million VC.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
was like,
want to
holy
butcher that.
shit.
I was like, I thought that's what I heard, but I was like, I don't want to say the wrong thing here.
That's really
That's
cool.
nuts.
And I will mention that this is a full lineup mode.
Yeah,
Very cool. I'm excited to, of course, see how this plays out. And like anything, like with all the other modes, I'm excited to see what the rewards are going to be because that's going to be key, right?
yep. Your accomplishments in the most recent King of the Court will also be proudly displayed on your My Player panel while in Triple Threat Park. This is where the best of the best in my team will compete. I think that's pretty, you know, pretty forward, if you will.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's great. And one other thing I'll mention too about the showdown mode
Mm-hmm.
is that they said every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, if you've gotten enough wins over the last week, you'll be able to choose a reward group based on your reward tier.
Yeah.
So that's like cool. That's something to look forward to every Friday morning. So I'm excited for that. You want to jump in now to the My Team? I think My Team rep might be next.
My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we going to next?
I'd say just go ahead and scroll down to the challenges. That's the next one there.
Yep, we're right here. Yep. Okay. NBA 2K25's MyTeam combines agendas and challenges together into the challenges menu. This is your single stop for the most of the live content updates that MyTeam receives multiple times each week. Starting from the home tab, you will see 3 selected challenges with rewards and your progress. At any given time, these features will quick challenges that can be completed in a single game, ones that take a few games to complete, and challenge groups with greater rewards. And there's the graphic right there. They did mention like the menu feature. I feel like we've had that conversation earlier about menus, going back to certain screens and all that. How do you feel about this, man? What are you thinking on this?
Well, I think it's great because like when I play this game, I have to go into the agendas
Yep.
and see what they are. Okay. Then I bring up a Word doc, Microsoft Word.
Yep.
And I'm literally typing out what the agendas are.
Right.
Because now I need to go into another screen and then look at the challenge and then set my roster so I can do said challenge. And I want to try and complete as many agendas as I can within each challenge to be as efficient as possible, right?
Right.
Like if I can do 5 agendas in one game versus, okay, I'm just doing one agenda in this one game when I could get 5 done, That's not efficient. So I like literally type it out. But I have to go into all these different menus to see everything. What they're saying here is that hey, we simplified it. It's all it's all in the same spot now. So this is
Right.
good. This
Yeah.
is good. This is an easy win, quality of life improvement.
Yep. Real quick, we I feel like we sort of addressed it, and I feel like it is going to be a contributing factor here. The whole my team rep, kind of like the rep in my career and whatever other game modes there are. I don't know if I have really too many thoughts on this. I don't know if there's any like significant improvements on this, but it does seem like my team rep is a real thing. Do you have any thoughts on the
Yeah.
my team rep?
Yeah, this is badass. I
Yeah.
love this. They said it's a year-long progression
Okay.
system. So it
Yeah.
doesn't reset at the end of the season, which is
Yeah.
really cool. So this is like your almost like your street cred, but in the
Yeah.
game.
Exactly.
And you start off as bronze, and it says you can move your way all the way up to I think they said dark matter and goat tier. And rep is earned by completing games and challenges and also limited time double XP. There's rewards like unlocking the auction house, which has always been a thing. You've always had to
Yep.
unlock it.
Yep.
Unlock more capacity in the auction house, free packs. And then the dark matter rep tier gets you a GOAT Jason Tatum card.
Yep.
One other thing they said, which I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I understand why they did it because they want to create, continuity, right?
Right.
If you buy 2K25, they want you to buy 2K26. So it says at the end of the year, so next July 2025, if you hit dark matter or GOAT tier in 2K25, you'll get the dark matter GOAT tier rewards automatically in 2K26. I was like, what? That's cool.
Yeah.
So they're literally giving you reasons to play the game more. Like, has that not been the overall theme here? Is
Exactly.
how can we
Yep.
keep you playing more?
Exactly. That was my first thought. And I guess it excites me that you're more excited about the my team rep. And I think you said it
I love it.
perfectly that even younger people can understand. It's pretty much street cred. You play the
Yeah.
game, you play the game well, you get a lot of wins, you're going to get the rep and rewards for it. Again, keeping you on the game. And in a weird way, Steve, sort of like with the whole you have to create a my player to get to this court or whatever, kind of seems like they're kind of combining certain game modes and one game mode leads to another. I'm getting that vibe from it. I kind of like that though.
They are. And again, it's all designed to keep you playing
the game.
the whole game.
Yep.
Not just my team, but all the modes. And what happens when you play all the modes? You probably spend more money.
Yep.
That's what they're counting on.
Yep.
But it's on the surface, it seems great for people who don't spend money.
Yeah.
Who just want to buy the game like
with
me.
that, kids. Be careful with that young people out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, that's another thing too, is just we're reacting to this in live time. It's August 21st. So hopefully we're not eating our words. Hopefully things don't backfire like last year's 2K My Team stuff did. And then this was interesting. I remember listening to them talk about this. Maybe I overlooked something, but it said at the end of July, those who are ranked in My Team Rep top 10 as invincible or GOAT level players will receive ultimate rewards related to NBA 2K26's, not 2K25, 2K26's My Team mode. Yeah. We'll share more information on that later in the year. Now, I saw some of the comments. People were like, they're already working on 2K26. No, I don't think that's what they were saying. I just think and I know you're big on this. I think your rep and rewards are going to carry over to 2K26. Is that what they said? Or am I getting that wrong?
I don't know if your rep carries over.
Yeah.
But from what I gathered, so if I reach GOAT tier,
yeah,
in 2K25, and they're going to have a GOAT reward in 2K26. So say it's like I don't know, 100 overall Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Only the people who did this in 2K25 are going to have that card. So no, I don't think your rep carries over.
Yeah,
Like I think you need to start over in the next year.
right.
However, everyone's gonna know that you were GOAT tier because you're the only one with that Larry Bird card.
Which kind of gives you an advantage, keeps you playing the game.
It does. And the fact that you don't have to spend money to have an advantage is good.
Exactly. Yep. So again, be careful with your money, younger people and all people out there. Okay. This is just says getting started. When you enter the My Team, you'll see a brand new tutorial design. Hopefully there's some more better overall, just in general layout with the menu. Hopefully that's better and cleaner and not so repetitive like in past years. That's just a personal gripe with me.
Yeah,
Um,
it seems like it is.
yeah,
They talked about that a lot at the end, and it does seem like they really cleaned up the menu system, which is
exactly.
nice.
Okay, let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Do we want to? Yeah. So speaking of that, new menus and UI, all of these changes are improvements in NBA 2K25's My Team. Bring along a new streamlined menus. That's my whole point, though. Not just My Team specifically, really just the menus and layouts of the game itself. So a long time ago, Steve, I texted you. I was like, "Hey, I have an idea for a 2K video," and pretty much it would have just been me griping about certain menu screens. Like when you design a shoe, let's say you want a certain color of a shoe, you can like click that. And then if you like click back, it takes you all the way to the back and you have to scroll all the way down, to find that shoe again. It's really annoying. I hope they fix stuff like that in the 2K menus. I don't
That'd
know.
be
I'm
nice.
totally griping about something that's not very important, but I'm just saying because they talked about it, so I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Um,
stuff like that. I
yeah,
agree. One thing
yeah,
I'll mention with when you start your My Team mode,
yeah.
and you select the cards, your starter cards, and all that, and then it asks you. I have it written down here, and I thought this was really good. It asks you like what type of 2K player you are, and that's how they'll set up your tutorial. So you either choose new to basketball, or new to NBA 2K,
That's cool.
or new to My Team, or just show me what's new,
Yeah,
like to this year. What does that tell you? That this is very inviting, right? They want everyone to play the game, and there's proof of that. I don't know if you saw this, but I saw it yesterday. Uh, PlayStation 5 has a new bundle, and the box for the PlayStation is literally got NBA 2K25 on the cover. So 2K25 is bundled with PS5.
ooh,
And immediately I thought to myself, of all the years, 30 plus years I've been playing, video games, is that I've never seen a sports game as an official pack-in title ever
right.
for a console. This is new. Like this is,
Yeah,
and the reason why is because sports games are not appealing to everyone. They don't have mass appeal. Like if you don't like football, you don't. If they do a PS5, it comes with Madden, but you don't like football. Why would you get that bundle, right?
exactly.
So they're trying to make basketball 2K way more inviting to the casuals, so everyone can play.
Right.
And again, by seeing that bundle and then seeing everything today, it all makes sense, dude. It all
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
Cool.
real quick, Steve, we're already past 1 hour, and obviously we're probably going to be going for a while now. But just curious, and feel free, we don't have to do it, but do we want to maybe start opening some packs while also kind of tackling some of this my team news? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just kind of freestyling. We're on the fly here, but I just wanted to see if we can maybe start doing some of that and take your time getting all set up and everything. I just figured we kind of, get two birds with one stone here while we're still covering this My Team news. Again, you guys, we're past the 1 hour mark. We're live on both channels, ThunderStash Gaming and Sons Geek. We are live. Do us a huge favor if you're still watching, or if you're watching later in the show, please crush that like button because it helps support both of our channels. We are reacting to the NBA 2K25 My Team news, which for the most part is pretty positive news. Again, fingers crossed, because I feel like we were pretty positive and optimistic last year, which, by the way, I remember we went live and did some videos for 2K24's My Team news. So hopefully it's as good as we're feeling throughout the whole year. Hopefully it's a good experience. And in a little bit here, take your time, Steve, no rush. We're going to be opening up some My Team packs because you have accumulated 2.5 million, in My Team points and credit that we're going to be doing. And I'm so excited for this. Going to be reacting to everything we unlock. Maybe we'll have some side conversations as well, because we got a couple questions in here. Maybe we'll just talk about certain NBA or NBA 2K stories, I should say, bad and good.
Yeah.
And maybe tackle some things that we sort of reference throughout this show, while also still talking about the latest My Team news. So real quick, Steve, again, I can jump from back, I can jump from this, I can jump to the My Team courtside report. Let me know if you need me to go to that or anything. I want to help you out as much as possible here. But yeah, what are we looking at here, Steve? I mean, 2.5 million and some change. This is exciting, man. And it's like we said in the title, and sort of how I don't feel like I necessarily covered this when the stream started. This is sort of our send off to NBA 2K24, and I want to give you all the credit here, and I personally want to thank you too for allowing me to be a part of this. I find this stuff fun. I'm a huge NBA history fan, as you know. I cannot wait to see what we're going to get in some of these packs. It's not even just the NBA history, it's the current players as well. And look at those beautiful GOAT packs. Look at the beautiful Invincible packs, 100 overhaul. I am so excited. It was in the thumbnail. I had a lot of fun making that thumbnail, by the way. So, Steve, you want to take the wheel here? You want to get us started, man? I'm excited, bro.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very excited. I have 2.5 million MT.
Oh, my God.
This is how much I had when I uninstalled the game right before All-Star weekend.
Oh, my God.
So, I accumulated this pretty quick, and I played the game a lot. I just never felt like there was any cards I had to have, and I was winning like a large majority of my games, so I didn't feel like I was at a disadvantage. So I just kept saving my MT until something good came out, and then I ended up not using any of it. So here we are.
Yep.
Brandon, should I start with the GOAT?
Yeah, I say we should hit the ground running. Let's get a big hit in. Let's just do it, man. We got it to spend. You know what I mean? Might as well just hit the ground running. So real quick, I'm going to write that down. I think it was 199,000 or whatever. I'm going to take notes on that. I want to say it was 199.
We got a shake.
Points. Yep, let's go.
We got a card shaking.
And there's 10 cards in here, correct? Air Jordan.
10 packs.
10 packs. Yeah, not 10 cards. Duh.
Oh, an amethyst shake.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Oh, God.
That amethyst should not be shaking at the end of the season. They should have taken that away.
Kyrie Irving. So this is not good, right?
No.
You're not.
This is a card I would never. You would never use this card at the end of the game. Total trash. Okay, if there's no shake, I'm just gonna press triangle.
That's fine. Yeah, there's no point to wait on it. I hear you on that. Yep. Unless I see something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's that player or that team or whatever, jersey or whatever. I don't know.
Sounds good.
No shake so far. Yep. And again, if you're watching the screen, you guys can see this. You can pause at any point if you're watching later. Steve Kerr, Tyrese Maxey. Not bad, not bad. No show. Oh, maybe shake. No. Oh, Yusuf Nurkic. Let's go, Suns. Let's go.
Yeah, they got him in the
I love it.
Valle jerseys.
El Valle, however you pronounce. I had so much trouble pronouncing that at first. These are the side conversations we're gonna have, Steve. Oh, here we go.
It's only a diamond though.
Got to shake.
Again, you're not going to use anything right now unless it's a dark matter or not.
Right. Because we're so far like into the game,
Yeah.
Yep. Donovan Mitchell recently got a big extension with the Cavs, I believe, and they seem like they're going to be running it back. for better or worse.
Yeah, right.
Oh, DeAndre Ayton, former Phoenix Suns center. Oh boy, we could have an hour-long podcast on him alone.
Hopefully he can make it to the court. If he doesn't get snowed in.
So good. Trey Murphy, one of my favorite players in the league.
Dude, these cards so far, so trash.
Oh my god.
Is that a gold shake? Or
Oh,
is that a goat shake?
we're
That might
about
be
to
a
find
goat
out.
card.
What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get?
Because a gold card's never shaked before. It's got to be a goat card.
It's taking a while too. What is it? Oh, Eastern Conference. Who is it? 32.
Dr. J.
Oh, Dr. Julius Irving. That's a beautiful card. Look at that.
That's sick.
That's cool.
Okay.
Nice.
I have a Dr. J goat card.
Yeah.
But it's a 99 overall.
Okay.
So I must presume that's better.
Yeah.
We got another goat card.
Let's go.
Back to back.
Let's go.
Yes. Power forward.
Western
Western
Conference. Dirk.
Oh, it's Dirk.
Yeah, I was like, I saw it. I was like, is that Dirk? Yep.
Dirk's got such a hard release. Like his release is so hard to time that he's really never a usable player for me in this game.
Right.
All right, so this is
Wow.
all the crap that is
Yep.
extra. So
Yep.
I'm just gonna sell all of
Sell
it.
it.
All right, let's go to Invincible.
Let's do it.
And these are all 10 packs, right? Yeah. Okay, these are 10 pack cases. Cool. All right. So the Invincible is mainly, I think actually all of it is Team USA players, but all
Okay.
throughout the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
there will be good cards here.
And yes, to the younger generation, there was other Team USA teams like the Dream Team and the 96 team and the 2010 team, 2008 team.
2008.
Yeah, 2008. Yeah.
The Redeem team.
Yep. There's even a bronze medal team, which was an epic failure, I believe, in 2004 with my boy Allen Iverson on it.
Yeah. And Carlos Boozer.
Yep. Classic.
Carlos Boozer played like a total loser, as I used to say.
Hey, his kid is on the come up, though. He's probably going to be a future draft pick. I think either next year or the year after that.
This is Marcus Smart.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, Ant-Man.
Wow.
Okay. Nice. And he can play point guard.
Nice.
That's a bonus. All right, that's a good card. That should be a fun card. You know, obviously for me, I'm hoping with any of these to possibly pull some D books. At least one Devin Booker card somewhere would be nice.
Yeah. Kind of like we had a comment about that earlier, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's two of them. Two Dominic Barlows.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, didn't we already pull him?
What are the odds?
Right. No wonder you've accumulated so much, my team points and credit and all that. No wonder.
Yeah.
All
right, so Ant-Man was the best there.
Yep.
We're going to sell everything. All right, let's go to the 100 overall.
Let's do it. And then maybe after this, after we unbox all this, we could maybe go back to a little My Team news and then keep kind of going back and forth,
Yeah, let's do it.
That's cool with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we got a LaMelo.
Nice. One of my favorite players in the league when he's healthy.
Yeah,
Brandon Miller, by the way, had a really, really underrated rookie year. It just kind of got overlooked by Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to be a rising star in this league.
Yeah, he played really good.
Yeah, but he's good, man.
In the championship game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, these packs are flying now, man. They're flying.
Yes, sir.
I'm always going to comment. Excuse me. I'm always going to comment whenever there's a Suns related thing.
So far, a lot of crap here.
Yep. Yeah. Nothing really to be like, oh my gosh, Steve. Mikal Bridges. I love Mikal Bridges.
Me too.
The Knicks are going to be so damn good next year. I don't care what anybody says. They're going to be so good.
It's crazy that roster they've constructed.
Yeah. And I know everybody's concerned about Isaiah Hartenstein not being there anymore, but I do not care. They are going to be so good, at least on paper anyways. They're going to be fun to play with in 2K, by the way.
Where did Isaiah sign?
He signed with the Thunder. And everyone's like, oh, well, they're not going to have anybody to, block shots and all that. I'm like, dude, they're not going to have to worry about that with freaking Mikal and OG Anunoby and Josh Hart on the court. You're not going to be able to get to the rim if you can't get past them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
That's how I look at it, man.
So these are,
yeah, let's do one more go. These are 199. I think all of them so far have been, if I'm correct.
Goats 199, Invincible 149,
149,
and 100 overall, I think is 129, maybe.
120. Okay, I'm writing that all down. We've opened 5 so far. 4? I want to say we've done 4.
4.
Yeah. So I'm writing all that down just in case we decide to do some on the fly math later. Jaylen Brown should have been on Team USA, by the way. I'm biased about Jaylen Brown just because,
Yeah.
I have my biases towards him. Oh, boo, Draymond Green, boo. Great player, Hall of Fame player, but I don't like his attitude.
Yeah, right.
His beef with Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, that's weird. Busy.
Let's go. By the way, he will be probably literally the last player signed in free agency because that's how it always seems to go because he's too busy. Bradley Beal, let's go. And our El Valle. Wait, is that that's our court, right? Let's go. But yeah, Busy will be like the last player signed because he's too busy, making a difference in the world to focus on free agency and contracts and all that.
I think that's a pink diamond.
Well, let's go.
But again, this isn't a card I'll use.
Yeah, right. Well,
Joker?
Maybe. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not a usable card right now.
Yeah.
But
Jokic.
Yep.
It's cool. That was cool. We got like Bradley Beal and the El Valle courts, like right in the same one. Dame Lillard. Love it.
Sell all contents.
Yep, might as well.
All right.
Want to get back to some MyTeam news real quick?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. So, anything else on the menus or what was it, the showdown, I believe? No, MyTeam rep and showdown. Anything else before we kind of continue on here? Or should we just get to what's the next news? Lineups and management coaching. I'm kind of just scrolling the report here.
Yeah.
Card collecting, lineup management, coaching. Anything on that you have thoughts on?
Yeah, stay right there for a second. So legend badges, that's really cool because currently you have the Hall of Fame badges, right? You have bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame.
Yep.
So now this adds another tier, legend badge. That's cool. I'll be interested to see how hard it is to get legend badges in the game. Another thing they mentioned is they said similar to Hall of Fame badges, legend badges skip the bronze, silver, gold progression typically required, meaning if you add a badge to a player, say there's an open slot, and you want to add a gold badge, you can't. You have to add a bronze badge first and then upgrade it to a silver and then upgrade it to a gold and then to a Hall of Fame and then to a legend badge. What they're saying is when you have a legend badge, you can just apply it. You don't have to basically go from bronze to silver to gold, which is huge because one, that cost in-game currency to actually get the badges. And last year was really hard because there was no auction house. So you can't go find the badge you need in the auction house.
Yep.
And I think that was a major misstep personally.
Yeah.
But at any rate, that's really cool. I appreciate that. They said shoe boost cards
Yeah, I
have
heard
been
them talk about
replaced.
that. Yep.
Yeah, so they're gone. The shoe boosts are gone. Now you have takeover cards. Excited to see how that plays out.
And
That
the
should be cool.
shoe boost only lasted like so long, if I remember correctly, especially
Well,
in
it
years
depends.
past.
It depends. Like if you had a
Yeah,
diamond shoe is good for
yeah,
the whole time.
exactly. Yeah,
And whatever abilities you add, whatever stat increases, those stay forever.
right.
But anything other than that, yeah, you're right.
Yep. Didn't
It's a
last very
limited
long.
time only.
Yep.
Coach cards. I like this. So they said your coach cards may now boost both your lineup badges and attributes. So in previous years, coach cards just boost your attributes, like, like a +3 3-point shooting for your entire team,
Right.
right? With this, they're saying, hey, based on your coach card, if you have a bronze badge, it'll upgrade it to a silver or a gold. Who knows? It'll vary. And I'm sure as we get later into the game and they have higher rank coaches, you'll get even better badge progression. So
Yep.
I thought that was really cool. Excited about that. And then the next bullet point I love. It says active coach boosts are now more obvious with an indicator that appears next to
Next
your
to your
player's
player's
feet.
feet. Yep.
So like last year or the current year, you had certain stipulations, right, that had to be met in order for your coach boost to be activated. But there was no way to know if it was actually activated.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that is great that they'll actually show it on the HUD. So you'll see it on the screen.
Yeah.
Love that.
Real quick, I think I remember them talking about this, the coach settings, and I heard them say, and maybe I'm mixing, I hope I'm not mixing this up. They said you can choose your offensive and defensive settings. Am I getting that correctly? 'Cause that's
Yeah,
what
you
it
got
says
it.
here. Yeah, like I heard them talking about that. I believe that that wasn't the case in past my teams, was it? Like, because I
No,
think you had to like do it every time you played.
every
Yeah,
freaking time, and it was
and
annoying.
it's not just in my team, it's like in the my eras thing, and it's like,
Everything.
why can't you like save it? You know what I mean? It was annoying, man.
Yeah,
So that stood
because
out to me when they were talking about it.
it's huge, and you can also set your favorite plays. Which
Thank you.
again,
Hallelujah.
how many times have we all played 2K online, and as soon as we get matched up with someone, they pause the game for like 2 minutes
Yep.
every time because they have to set their lineup, they have to set their plays, they have to set their offense and defense, and it's like, dude, how can you guys not find a way to save this stuff? It was just so
Exactly.
mind-boggling because like you could do that in NBA Live
Yep.
growing up.
We
But
know
why
that
can't
because
you do
we
it
played
now?
that. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So glad that's fixed. That'll make games again, that'll make games quicker. As you
Yep.
noticed, another theme, right, Brandon, is that the games aren't going to be as long.
Yeah.
So you remove 1 minute from each quarter. Now they're 4-minute quarters. And you shouldn't have to sit through everyone setting up their plays now.
Yep. And
So
I'm
again, you're
hoping,
saving quite a few minutes now.
yeah. And I'm hoping and praying that that carries over to other game modes. You know what I mean? Where we can just set our
It should.
offensive and defensive lineups, save it, actually click save, and it remembers the save and it remembers our settings and lineups and all that. Please, please, NBA 2K, let that be a thing this year.
It should be
Uh,
global.
yeah, I
Um,
really hope so.
Another bullet point there I love says you can now update all of your lineups, uniforms, courts, arenas,
Let's
logos, everything.
go.
Apply all because like sometimes I might have a say like a gold or silver prize basketball
Yep.
equipped on one of my lineups, right? And I'm trying to win games so I can break open the ball and get my prize. But then you go into play like say you're playing 3-on-3 with the gold ball, and then you go to clutch time and you go play and you're like, oh shoot, I don't have my gold ball equipped. I have a different ball equipped for this team, and I have a different ball for the full game team. It's like nobody wants to do that. It's just a pain to change it every time.
Yeah,
So it's nice you can press apply all. Love that.
exactly. Yep. Anything else before we move on to card collecting? And do you really
No.
have many thoughts on card collecting?
Well, possibly, because the first bullet point says, collector
Yeah.
challenges now primarily count cards that are locked in, and they emphasize that. So new in 2K says you can choose to lock in player cards individually, including ones that do not have a collection complete reward like season rewards. And I thought that was interesting. So once you lock it in, that means you can't sell it,
Right.
right? And they said that if you lock it in, you will get more towards your collector challenge. But they didn't say anything specific, and I don't think it says it in here, but they said it.
Right.
So I don't know what that's going to be. It makes me think that if you lock it in, you get like another card, like
Yeah.
a plus one.
Okay.
Towards
And we'll see.
the overall goal.
Again, we're still reacting here. This is
Yeah.
the live stream they had was like an hour and a half ago or whatever it is. So yeah, we're still reacting to this in live time. We will see about that. We'll see.
The rest of this, so they said the exchange, it's received an overhaul.
Yep.
Good. Because the menu is pretty clumsy.
Yep.
So I was happy to see that. Good. The Ascension picks, this is where you flip over one card at a time, right? And when you get to the highest tier of Ascension, there's, I think, 108 cards.
Jeez.
And if you have like 15 picks and you're just flipping over one at a time, it can take a while.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is you can now highlight, like select all the ones you want and then press probably triangle one time to open them all.
Exactly. Yep. Time saving anyways. Yeah. Not
Saves a ton
yeah.
of time.
Mm-hmm.
The next bullet point, okay, I kid you not, like this is real world experience. So they're saying that any packs you get, like award packs, for instance, when you get a badge pack or shoe pack, whatever, sometimes I've accumulated 150 to 200 packs. Do you know how long it takes to open all those?
Hours.
Honestly, it takes like an hour.
Yeah.
And there's no way for it to not take an hour. But now they're saying you can open up, it says dozens of packs, rather than filling up your unopened packs menu with dozens of packs. For the packs that do go to unopened packs, a new fast open option will quickly open the most recent packs. I'm like, yes.
Yep.
Honestly, that's nice. That's a huge time saver.
Again, man, we've talked about this a lot. Love or hate 2K. At least they actually listened, at least on the surface, they listened to the community. They listened to the feedback. They heard our voice, and they seem to have made a lot of changes on the surface. As of August 21st, they seem to have made a lot of, seems a lot more balanced, and it seems like they listened and they're making it more time saving, not time consuming. And hopefully it's all good news from here. Anything else here before we continue to scroll down? Oh, I think that might be it, actually. That's it. Well, I mean, besides just the little stuff here, but
I think that's it.
Yeah.
This is, again, being able to open up all the packs, especially, I was going to say, Brandon, like when there's an event.
Yeah.
For instance, they do Halloween events, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, and you accumulate like a reward card after every win. And if you're playing the game a lot, it's like, dude, you could get so many packs. So that is a huge time saver. And ultimately, that just allows you to play the game more.
Yeah.
Which, again, that's the overall theme here.
Exactly. Yep. Okay, Steve. So, I mean, again, we can start talking about more of my team news. We can just talk 2K in general here. But I guess what we can do next, and again, if you need to take like a breather or something, let me know. I can kind of take over here. But we can pretty much just, again, fire up more of those packs. I can kind of keep track of everything you're spending. And we can kind of just go from here. We can talk about some personal stories with 2K, memories, good and bad. We can talk about the Suns. We can talk about gaming. We can talk about whatever, man. This is kind of our free time while we open up these packs here.
All right.
Yeah, we can kind of just do this on the fly. So I'll pull up the screen here, and I will keep up the my team courtside report just in case you want me to go back to anything, you know.
Okay.
But real quick before we do this, and not necessarily your final thoughts, but kind of your final thoughts. You know what I mean? Like any kind of just quick takeaways before we dive into this box here. I mean, just I don't know anything.
Yeah. First, it was everything I saw today is, like I said, it felt it's positive. It felt like an apology.
Yeah.
It's a bigger apology than I thought we could have ever gotten.
Exactly. Because I know you were sort of tense. You were like, I'm ready to rage if it's not the news I want to hear.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty much, I was ready for bad news. I was preparing for bad news.
Yep.
And I think we all had a reason to prepare for that, to be honest. But I'm super excited. I'll be pre-ordering. I'll be pre-ordering when we are done with our live stream. So I'm really happy. Yeah.
Hold on. I got to put you on the big screen. I got to get you saying that. ThunderStash Gaming is going to be pre-ordering NBA 2K when we are done. And you know what, man? Right after I'm done with my other job here, I might have to go do the same, man.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there to play 2 days early because if you pre-order, you get to start playing on September 4th instead of the 6th.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go ahead and open up this Invincible pack, which, by the way, it's 149,000. By the way, if anybody in the chat, if y'all got questions, comments, you want to ask us personal questions, to an extent personal questions, anything, just get active in the chat. And if you're watching, Hulk smash that like button, share the show, check out our content, and this is going to be a lot of fun, man.
All right,
as I'm losing my voice here. This is the Invincible pack, 149K, I believe.
Okay, if we don't see a shake again, we're just gonna open them all.
Yep, exactly. Because there's no point to. We'd be here for like 5 hours if that were the case.
Yeah, and there's a lot to go through.
Yep. And you know me, I'll mention a player. Oh, Alfred Sengun, who I hope he has a great bounce back season because he got hurt last year, late in the year.
Yeah, I remember that. What injury was it? Do you remember?
A severe. I'm gonna look it up because I know that he was done for the year, and it wasn't like a gruesome injury. I don't recall, but it was bad. But then after that, they won like 10 games in a row, and almost made the play-in tournament, I believe. The Rockets are on the rise. Alfred Sengun injury.
Here's the shake.
Let's do it. What are we gonna get?
Point guard.
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, James Harden.
Okay.
Old school James Harden. Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
So again, these are Team USA players from the entire USA history. So this will be fun. Hopefully I get some good ones.
I knew it was an ankle injury. I should have trusted my instinct. It was an ankle injury, and I think he was done for the season. And I think he had a knee injury too. But he's an incredible talent, man. Don't be surprised if he's a future All-Star one day. He's an incredible talent.
I'm sure he will be.
Yep. Same thing with that guy on the screen, Brandon Miller. He's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, and he's on the right team too, Sengun, to be able to showcase his talents and get playing time.
Yep. Again, the Rockets won 41 games last year. I know I'm a Suns channel. Tyus Jones, let's go. But
new Sun.
Yep, new Phoenix Sun, our new quarterback, if you will, our new point guard. Yeah, Alfred Sengun, man, on a great Rockets team that won 41 games last year. They're going to be really good.
Another LaMelo. Same LaMelo.
And Steve, maybe we can talk about it later. But maybe later we can talk about Tyus Jones, because I don't think, besides over text messages, you and I haven't really talked about it. So I would love to hear your thoughts on Tyus Jones later.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah. Peyton Pritchard, let's go. Good player. Good key contributor for the Celtics. Won a championship with them. Yeah, these are all just the little things that you're going to sell and all that. Miles Turner.
And I'm sure you guys have seen, but I've been pulling a lot of crap.
Pretty
And
much.
this is why I don't buy packs.
Yep. And if you don't believe him on that, you can literally see on the screen you have more of the MyTeam points than you do virtual currency. You know, you had
Oh, yeah.
2,000 of that. You know,
At least we got a shake though. This is going to be
so
another
here we go.
invincible card.
Who's it going to be? This is intense.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Street clothes.
Yep. His play, by the way, in the Olympics might get a little overlooked. I thought he was pretty good.
He was.
I thought he's better than Joel Embiid.
He definitely
But then
was.
again, a lot of players were better than Joel Embiid during the Olympics. Shaden Sharp, by the way, one of my favorite rising stars in the league.
Embiid just looked lethargic out there.
Yep. So real quick, we've gone from 1.5 million, or excuse me, 2.5 million to 1.5 million and some change. That's we still got a lot to go, but I'm ready. Just thought I would comment on that.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. So we opened 4 boxes earlier. This is our 3rd box the second time around. I'm going to try to keep track of this. I want to say this is our 3rd box. So 3rd, okay. It's a goat box. We did Invincible first. So we've maybe done 2 or 3 Invincibles.
We got a shake.
We've done maybe 4 goat boxes.
We got a goat.
Oh, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Western Conference power forward Dirk again.
Oh my God! You see what I'm saying? There's so many
go
cards,
and I knew it. I was like, "That's Dirk." I just knew it.
So many go cards.
Yep.
How do I get the same go card? You know what I mean?
After you basically spent $1 million, you know what I mean? You get 2 of the same card.
Yeah.
Come on, 2K.
Unbelievable.
That's great.
Oh, another go card.
Oh, here we go. Fingers crossed, be somebody good, please. Who's going to point guard? Western Conference?
Luka.
Yep.
Nice.
We knew that, man. We knew it.
Okay.
Luka. Oh boy. Former Phoenix Sun Isaiah Thomas.
He just worked out for a team. Did you see that?
Sacramento Kings. Yep. I'm glad he I hope he gets another chance in the league. And I say that respectfully because he did all he could for us, man. He was a good veteran locker room presence. And yeah, I'm happy for him, man. I hope he stays back in the league.
You remember we originally got him from Sacramento.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then we were stupid and traded him. He had a good contract too. That was before all this new CBA and salary stuff going on now, but still, he had a good contract, man.
I wonder how much the Dirk card sells for. Sell player for 3,000?
That doesn't seem like much for some reason.
No, it doesn't, but I can't do anything else.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, they both sell for 3. Sometimes when you pull a card that you already have, if you quick sell it, it'll sell for a certain amount. But if you go to the card in your collection, I think sometimes 2K will forget to code something, and the one in your collection, even though it's the same exact card, will sell for way more. So that's why I always check that.
Right. Steve. Oh yeah, go ahead.
That's unfortunate.
I was just gonna say, while you're still doing the boxes and everything, I wouldn't mind answering this question first, if you don't mind. Again, we can keep unboxing things, but because you and I had a conversation about this player just recently. To answer the question, Boo Mini asks, are you guys fans of Anthony Edwards? I'm a basketball fan. Yes, I am a fan of Anthony Edwards. He is an incredible talent. One day, if not already, he will be one of the faces of the league. You know what I mean? He might already be there. He is a great talent. And I don't know him personally, but I'm sure he is a really good dude. But man, he is a little too overconfident. And we had a question about that, but I'm salty about it because he recently made a comment where he pretty much said, I didn't watch it. I haven't watched like NBA history. I didn't watch like players in the 90s and all that, but Michael Jordan was the only one with talent, blah, blah, blah. Stupid comment. Don't know what he was thinking. Don't know if he was high or drunk when he said that. And look, in all fairness, I didn't actually read the article. I think it came from like I forgot the media company, but
It was all over.
They had like a paywall. I couldn't read it, but and I guess his thing kind of collapsed on him as he said it because he was like, I didn't watch players back in the day, but it's like, okay, well, you just kind of that collapsed on itself right there. And it's not even just that. Take that out of it. It's like I texted you when he was like, I'm the number one option on this team, Team USA, with Steph Curry, Devin Booker, LeBron James, et cetera, et cetera. Like, come on, man, what are you doing? But I'm sure he's a great dude. I'm sure one day I'll be eating my words because he's an incredible player. And I'm not salty because they swept us in the playoffs. It's not that. You can't just sit there and say Michael Jordan was the only player who had talent in the 90s. Are you kidding me? Michael Jordan played for a few years against the greatest Timberwolf of all time, Kevin Garnett. Are you kidding me? Charles Barkley, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. I could go all day. Steve, are you a fan of Anthony Edwards?
So I texted Brandon yesterday. I texted him a screenshot of Anthony Edwards' tweet, of that tweet. Let me pull it up here on my phone.
Yeah, pull it up because I was pretty salty and bitter about that. And until he like comes out and says something different, that's one of the worst sports takes in history.
This is what I said. So Anthony Edwards said this. I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skill. You know what I mean? He said, but now everybody has skill. And I sent that to Brandon and I said, this guy is dumb as rocks.
Yep.
And
I'm trying to find the tweet that you sent me. I know it's in here somewhere, but yeah, keep going.
I sent this to my cousin as well. I said the same thing. He really likes Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know you really like him. I sent it to him. I said, this guy's an idiot. I said,
Yep.
I know you like him, but WTF, right? And I said,
I got it on the screen right now, by the way.
I told him, I said, read the first sentence again.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I'm going to open my mouth anyways and say that, despite me not watching it, that nobody else has skill.
Yep.
Like, what is wrong with this dude?
It's on the screen right now. If y'all want to see it, this is a real thing. And again, there was a paywall. It was the Wall Street Journal. That's what I was thinking of. Wall Street Journal. But there's a paywall. You can't actually read like the full article and quote, I believe, unless somebody has a thing to it. But that doesn't matter. What matters is what he said.
Yeah. So my cousin replies and he said, he's 23 years old, man, born in 2001. It just wasn't his era. Dumb thing to say, just shows his age and maturity, which are pretty low still. And I said, you know, that's all he had to say instead of disrespecting generations of NBA players. You say I didn't watch basketball back then, but I know Jordan had some real skills instead of I don't think anybody had skills back then but Jordan. Like, come on, dude. That's all you had to say.
Yep, exactly. And it's funny that you were talking to, it's Jim, correct? You were talking to Jim.
Yeah.
I was messaging one of my good friends. Now, again, I'm being a little biased here because my friend, Super Mario Hoops, content creator, good friend of mine, he's a big NBA history guy. We tried to look past that, and I want to read you one of his replies. He says, like me, you, and a lot of us aren't NBA players. Clearly, you and I are not NBA players. But that doesn't mean we know the NBA or basketball any less than he does. You know what I mean?
No.
And you're legit disrespecting countless players. You and I could have a 2-3 hour podcast on just the 90s decade alone and all the great talent
Totally.
that was in the 90s. And you know me, Steve, I can talk to you about the Bill Russells, Wilt Chamberlains, Elgin Baylors of this game, Larry Bird. I could go all day.
Yeah.
And I get that he said, I didn't watch it back in the day, but come on, man. You're in the NBA. You should know these legends.
Right.
Even if you've just heard stories or seen highlights or little, stat moose, stuff like that, like you should know who these guys are. You know they had talent. A lot of the feedback I saw was on Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the greatest big men, one of the most talented big men ever. A lot of that was, well, he must have never seen Hakeem Olajuwon. And you know what? They're probably right. So I'm sorry. I'm salty. I am bitter on that. And I'm glad we're actually talking about this. But not to change subject or anything. We can keep talking about it. But do we want to get to some more pack openings here?
Yeah. Actually, I forgot that it wasn't on screen. So I kept it here. I just got a 100 overall Brandon Roy.
I'm sorry. I love Brandon Roy. One of the biggest what ifs in NBA history. Too bad he couldn't stay healthy.
I also mentioned this, though, to you, Brandon. I said the game was different back then when the NBA got rid of the hand checking rule.
Yep.
They also got rid of the physical play. Like it was all in one fell swoop. And it completely changed the way offensive players could take over now today. I said it's like before they played with handcuffs and then post the hand checking rule, they were freed of their shackles.
Right.
You can do whatever you want now on the court. So I don't buy that. And the NBA did that for a reason, because it keeps star players and exciting players more healthy, and it runs the score up. And statistics show that games or sports in general that have more scoring, people watch and consume it more. That's why the NFL did this. The NFL did the same thing with protecting the quarterback. And what has happened from the 80s and 90s, 2000s to today? The games have way more points now. It's way more offense. Offense sells, defense doesn't, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. That's the way our games transitioned.
Yeah, and that's how the NBA and the NFL make more money.
Bradley Beal, let's go. Bounce back season, by the way, for Bradley Beal. I have a lot of hope and expectations that he's going to have a huge bounce back season.
Yeah. So as far as do I like Anthony Edwards, I appreciate his game, but I think he's got a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah.
And that even goes back to the other stuff that happened with him.
Yeah.
And with obviously
Team USA stuff.
No, I'm talking about send the pic.
Oh yeah. Yep. I mean, send the video. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He has a girlfriend that's pregnant, and he gets another chick pregnant, and he sends her a video telling her, I need you to take the pill to have an abortion and to send proof of it.
Oh my God.
And I looked into it and I saw, wait, this guy has a girlfriend. She's pregnant. He gets another chick pregnant, and he's telling her she needs to get an abortion and that'll pay her money. It's like, come on, dude. Like,
Larry Bird.
I'm just very old fashioned.
Yeah.
Right. And so
Larry Bird, let's go.
Yeah. As a person, I don't care for him, but hopefully he'll grow up.
And to kind of carry on with that, whether you're a Suns fan or not, a lot of the conversation with the Phoenix Suns this past season, and you know this, Steve, was about leadership of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, and really everybody in the locker room. I can tell that Anthony Davis is probably not the best leader, at least off the court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of maturity, like you said. And hopefully we have a lot of maturity and leadership in the locker rooms and on the court this upcoming season, especially with Tyus Jones and Monte Morris and et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully our stars too, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, are better leaders on and off the court.
I hope so.
So yeah, guys, this is what we're doing. We're ripping packs, NBA 2K24 send off. And we're talking really about anything and everything, man. We're just kind of reacting to some of the players we get, some of the things, talking Suns, clearly talking about Anthony Davis, and really what other questions will come up and everything. And this is going to be a lot of fun. So let's see. You have 900K and some change left.
Yeah, we're flying.
We're flying through this.
these
That's
right
kind of what
now.
I figured would happen. I figured even though you have a lot, it would go by pretty fast. You know what I mean?
I think I probably just hit a new agenda for a collector level.
Let's
See.
go.
I got every badge in the game, but it's a bronze badge.
Nice.
I got a diamond Tony Kukoc.
Nice.
All right, whatever. It's a little bit. Oh yeah, there's all the badges. Okay, I'm not gonna open that on stream because again, that will take a while.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think there's anything really in the exchange I can do.
Right.
So let's just jump right back in and we'll go to Invincible was next.
And real quick, Steve, maybe for the people that don't know, and you might have talked about this earlier, why? And I'm looking at through an audience perspective. Could you explain why you are spending all of this now and kind of sending 2K off into the sunset? Do you want to kind of explain that?
Yeah. So your MT that you earn, it doesn't carry over
exactly
to the next game. So if I don't spend it, it's lost. So
and we've
I might
talked
as well
about that a lot, you and I. Yep.
Yeah, I might as well spend it. And again, I had all of this saved. I had 2.5 million MT before All-Star break.
Yep.
And so I don't want it to go to waste. And hey, if I get a really cool card, I might still want to check it out and play a little bit of the game before 2K25
really
comes out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to maybe put it in terms even a 5-year-old can understand, it's like you have a whole bunch of money, but your store is closing down. So you better go spend it at that store, Yeah. That's pretty much what we're doing here for people who may not be too familiar with all of this. And again, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this because I find this stuff fun. Even some of the trash stuff that you're getting, I find it fun to reminisce and look at,
Yeah, I agree.
Cool,
it is fun.
Yep. Oh man. Steve, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here. And again, feel free. We can I know our conversation's going all over the place, but you want to maybe quickly talk about Tyus Jones here since we're kind of flying through this? You want to talk to mainly my Son's Geek audience here and kind of give your thoughts on Tyus Jones and maybe even a little bit of Monte Morris, man. I don't know if you saw any of my streams or videos, but I was absolutely hyped when we got Tyus Jones. I was literally about to get in the car to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, which, by the way, I don't know if you saw my poster up here, my Deadpool and Wolverine poster. Yeah. I was literally about to get in the car. My phone starts going nuts and I knew something happened. Oops. And I saw the notification that we got Tyus Jones. I got out of the car, went right upstairs, went live. I was freaking out. We signed Tyus Jones. So Steve, what are your thoughts, man? Are you as thrilled as I am? What are you thinking, man, on Tyus Jones, the Phoenix Suns' newest point guard?
I'm 100% as thrilled as you are. This is a huge, huge pickup. And I don't think a majority of the fan base understands how big of a pickup this is.
Preach.
He is number one in the league in turnovers per game, meaning he is the best ball protector. We needed somebody, right? We talked about this before. I talked about this with you. We needed somebody to set the table for the team.
Preach.
And we needed to get the ball out of Booker's hands. He shouldn't be playing point guard because he is best when he is focusing on doing what? Scoring, when he's coming off screens.
In the basket.
Yeah. And when you're setting the table for everyone, that's not your number one focus, can't be scoring. And so now he's going to be able to play to his strengths. This is huge. Tyus Jones's IQ is through the roof. That's, again, why he leads the league in the lowest amount of turnovers.
Yep, assist to turnover ratio. Yep.
Yeah, and if you look at when we had CP, and again, I talked about this on your live stream, when we had CP, we were in the top 5 every year for least amount of turnovers.
Yep. What card are we going to get, by the way? Sorry. Oh,
Might.
23, Michael Jordan.
Oh, it's
Let's
100
go.
overall.
Let's go. That's awesome.
Yes.
We got 100 overall Michael Jordan. What box
Sick.
was this again?
This was the 100 overall box.
Let's go.
Okay, see, like this is the kind of card that I'm excited to get because I'll actually play with this card.
Let's go.
That's
Michael, the
awesome.
GOAT, Jordan. I love it. That's so cool. I'm sorry to interrupt your thoughts. I saw that. I was like 23 Bulls, Michael Jordan. That's badass.
Yeah. So obviously, like bringing back CP, that ain't gonna work, right? Like
Yeah.
he is old. He's older. I mean, he's the same age as me.
Yep.
We're both born on May 7th, 1985.
That's so cool, by the way.
Yeah. So he's old. And we need someone long term. Now the only thing that I guess I'm a little concerned about is it's not a genuine concern, but we only got him for a 1-year contract.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep.
And his agent said that this is the best thing you could do.
Yep.
Is to go sign with the Suns because it's going to improve your value.
Yep.
And I already believe that his value is going to go through the roof because of this. However, we got Matt Ishbia as the owner, so if it goes through the roof, I'm pretty sure he'll jump through the roof and pay it. So that's why I say it's a concern, but the only thing you got to look at is the cap stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that all works. Like if he's already on our team, if there's a little bit of leeway there versus signing a free agent, because so I don't know the specifics, and I don't pretend to know.
Yeah. The CBA is extremely complicated. Even if you sat there and read the entire thing, it is a lot. And you have to be very smart. Not saying you're not smart, because you're a very brilliant guy, Steve, but you have to be very smart to completely understand it. Even some of the people I listen to, they know a lot more about it, but even they don't know that much. That's what Matt Ishbia, James Jones, Josh Bartle Sr. is our CEO. That's what they get paid to do, to literally sit there and study it like it's a test or something, like they have to ace it.
And that's the thing, is that I don't get paid to do it.
Exactly.
And I'm not
I don't get paid. Yeah.
in it.
I'm not going to sit there and read it. You know what I mean? Like, no way. That's just too much. And again, it's too, I'm not that smart of a guy, but it's way too past me. You know what I mean? Before we continue talking about Tyus Jones and stuff, because I love some of the points you made, we're already at 436,000 and some change. Real quick on the Tyus Jones stuff, just so people know, I do kind of agree with you on that. It is a 1-year rental, and his value is probably going to skyrocket. Let's say he has like an incredible season, averages like 8 assists or more. You know what I mean? He's happy. Because first off, he already seemed thrilled to be here. You know what I mean? And the season hasn't even started yet. He's got that connection with Grayson Allen, by the way, from their Duke years, and Devin Booker and all them. He's got a lot of connections here. But I am just trying to focus on the now. Maybe later on, as we get closer to the playoffs, we'll have more of the conversation of, oh, can we bring him back? Because I don't think we have his bird rights or anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm just happy he is here. The Monte Morris edition alone was already great, because he's like a discounted Tyus Jones in a way, especially with the assist to turnover ratio.
Monte Morris killed us in the playoffs 2 years ago when we played Denver.
Exactly.
He was the killer off the bench. And again, I think people forget that.
Yep.
But he's very good.
Yep.
That was a huge pickup. So we essentially have 2 starting point guards now.
Exactly.
We went into the summer with no starting point guard.
0 point guard.
And now we have 2 that could start.
Yep.
So this is honestly, those are massive and also massively underrated pickups.
Exactly. And we also have a couple backup point guards. Well, I should say backup point guards, like some third stringers. And Mike Budenholzer said this the day of his introductory press conference, that now, again, this was long before we saw Monte Morris, long before we got Tyus Jones, but he said, we probably need a point guard, but we need to learn how to play without one. I feel like that falls onto Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. You know what I mean? So they're going to have to learn to play without the point guard, but also maybe play a true point guard role, which is another reason I'm biased here. I'm passionate about this. I'm kind of glad we kept Yusuf Nurkic because he's one of the better passers for a big man in the league. He's a connector, if you will. So, yeah, I'm pretty thrilled about that.
I think Nurk's gonna have a great year too. Everything I've seen, he's just been
Have you
in the
seen his
gym.
weight loss? You know,
Yeah, he's
at least
lost
that's
a
what
lot
it
of weight.
looks like. It looks like he's lost a lot of weight. He's more leaner. It seems like he's been locked in the gym. We already know Kevin Durant and Devin Booker have been locked in the gym pre-Team USA and after. I mean, I'm sure right now they're on vacation. By the way, did you see that picture of him, KD, and Matt Ishbia? That was they're on the boat or whatever. Did you see that? Dude,
Yeah, I saw it.
I love that as a
Great
Suns
picture.
fan. Dude, I don't want to say the name, but he who shall not be spoken would never do that.
KD?
Oh, Sonic's KD.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant Sonics edition, which, by the way, random thought here, there is going to be an expansion probably by the end of the decade, and you know the Sonics are coming back. You know that.
The Sonics are getting a team in Vegas.
Yep, Las Vegas. Yep. And
100%.
maybe like in the future, like way, way in the future, maybe another 2 teams because you got to keep it balanced, you know. I could see another 2 teams, but that's like way, way, way in the future.
Who would get a team?
I've heard names now from people that I've listened to. I think they've mentioned like Louisville. I think they're gonna kind of they're gonna have to re-conference some things. Like Memphis might have to go to the Eastern Conference, for example. You know what I mean? But teams like that, like basketball cities, and I apparently, from what I've heard, they're like they're putting in their votes. Like, hey, our city, our town should be in the running for an NBA team eventually. And look, I'm not trying to talk real world topics or politics, but I think this is a good thing for jobs, for example. Opens up a ton of jobs, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Brings in revenue, you know what I mean? That's, we need more, we need more of that.
Economy.
Yeah, exactly. Boost the economy.
Boost the local economy.
We need more of that, you know what I mean? So it's a good thing, that's how I try to look at it. But again, we're still a couple years away from this, and it's going to start in Vegas and in Seattle, especially Las Vegas, though.
What states have no professional teams? North Dakota?
Yep.
South Dakota?
Yep.
Montana?
Yes.
Idaho?
Yes. Seattle, technically. No more Seattle.
We got the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you said professional. I thought you were talking just basketball. Yeah,
those 4 have no professional teams.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what other states don't have professional teams, and if they would be, trying to make a bid to get one.
I know this sounds stupid, but Rhode Island, I don't think they have any professional teams because they're so small.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like,
I have a team I don't know about.
I wonder if a state would get a second team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because some of these states don't seem interested, obviously, and got another 100 overall, but seem interested in having any professional sports.
There's the El Valle court, or El Valle. I can't say that. El Valle court.
Who is that?
Who is it? Is that nope? Rocket James Harden? Didn't we already get? No, we had the Team USA James Harden.
Yeah, so this is my second James Harden.
Yeah. This is fun.
Oh, man. Another one.
Let's go.
These 100 overall ones seem to be best.
Right. Who's it gonna
Hopefully
be?
It's not a duplicate.
Who's it gonna be?
Oh my God. I thought it was gonna be
Luka again. It's Luka. I know it because of the shoulder thing he's got on.
Yep.
Luka.
I mean, it's a different Luka, but you
know,
I don't need another Luka.
So I think it's safe to say probably the best things you've pulled so far are the Michael Jordan and the Kevin Durant one. And didn't we pull somebody else earlier? I forget. My memory fails me.
Yeah, I'll go back and look to see everyone I pulled.
Yep.
Let's see. Swap from collection. 2000, same price. Okay. So we got 190.
Yeah, we're getting to kind of the end game here, man.
I think I gotta go 100 overall again.
Yep, because we're starting to run out of currency here.
I think this will be the last box.
Yep. I legit lost track of how much you've opened, and I tried to keep track of it all, but we got to keep the chat entertaining. I kind of lost track, but I know we've opened maybe, let's see, 4. I lost track. I don't. It's been a lot. It's 2.5 million worth.
Yeah.
So
it's been a lot of boxes.
If anybody is a legit loyal fan to both of us and they watch this whole stream again and they can keep track of it all, let us know in the comments. Who do we get here? Let's see. Shooting guard, Eastern Conference.
Oh, another Jordan.
Jordan, let's go. Michael.
Really? What are the odds that I get the same one?
I'm clipping that later, and I'm going to upload that. There, you got 2 of the same Michael Jordan cards.
Wild. Okay.
Let's go.
So obviously that one's going to be a quick sell.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Man.
Well, now we're just hoping for one more shake.
Yep. Fingers crossed. Anthony Edwards. Oh, man.
Oh, we got a shake.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Who's it going to be?
Hopefully it's not a card that I've already got.
I know, right? Didn't we get like 2 Dirks and 2 James Hardens and
oh my God.
Anthony Davis? No way. Didn't we get him earlier?
Yeah, another duplicate. It's same one too.
Anthony Davis. Dude, 2K is listening. They are watching right now. They're like ThunderStash Gaming and Suns Geeker Live. We're gonna troll them.
Probably. Damn, man.
Larry Markkinen.
Another Lowry.
Yep. Great player, by the way. Great player. Who's that? Darius Garland.
All duplicates.
Yep. Wow. Chet Holmgren. Yeah, we've gotten a few Chet Holmgrens in here. So Amon Thompson, we gotten a few of him.
Here's the thing, too. Thing about this. In terms of 2K25 and the auction house coming back.
Yeah.
If I pulled a Jordan and I sold it in the auction house, I would get at least 100,000. That's the minimum I'd get.
Nice.
It would probably sell for, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, $1 million.
Yeah.
Look how much it sells for.
Under,
and I sell it to 2K, 3,000.
Yeah,
that's total bullshit. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
That will be fixed now, thankfully.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a lot of what we talked about, what the courtside report talked about, what the 2 guys earlier on the stream talked about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, seems like they listened to the community, lots of feedback, and we have 78,000 and some change left to go.
Maybe we
because we can't open a GOAT box. So yeah, we got
is packs now.
We got packs now. We're really in the end game now. We can only open packs, and these are going to go by fast too, because that was 21K.
Yeah.
So, oh boy.
Nothing.
So these are going to be less impressive cards, pretty much. What's the best basketball you've gotten, by the way? Like gold or like didn't they have a like a diamond, and did they ever have like a glow in the dark ball? Or am I tripping?
No. I think the coolest ball I have right now is the tie-dye basketball. Okay. And they released it for Bill Walton.
Oh, RIP, man.
Yeah. It's cool.
One of the greatest big men ever. Again, with all due respect to him, may he rest in peace, but also one of the biggest what ifs in NBA history if he would have stayed healthy.
Oh, yeah,
he was an incredible talent. If you're a younger person watching, seriously, go look up Bill Russell. Or not Bill Russell. Yeah, but look up Bill Russell, but look up Bill Walton. Incredible talent. Speaking of highlights, by the way, you were talking about Tyus Jones earlier. Seriously, just go spend 5 minutes and watch some Tyus Jones highlights. Dude, he is going to change so much just for him being on the court and being that threat that you have to respect out there. Like, he's going to open the floor so much for this team. He's going to take less pressure and effort off of our big three. It's going to be so fun, man. And like you said, getting the guys to their right spots, getting them open. It's going to be amazing, dude. Can't wait. Same thing with Monte Morris. Monte Morris might be a little overlooked. We only got 17K left, by the way. That went fast. That went fast. Last pack.
It's either 100 overall or Invincible. I can afford either. Which one, though?
You know what? Let's do Invincible, man. Something's telling me to do Invincible. Let's do it. Moment of truth. Here we go. What are we going to get?
No shake.
Nope.
We got a gold Sadiq Bey.
That's tough. That's tough.
Oh, craptastic, dude.
That's it.
That's it.
I think that's it, yeah. What
Let's
about
see.
the didn't you get a reward?
Yeah, but it's not showing up.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to read up on that and
see
maybe
how you get it.
I don't know if it shows up in 2K25 maybe.
Right? That's what I was thinking too.
I'm gonna have to read closer and see.
Uh-huh.
But we did good.
Wow.
Let's see. We pulled
Larry Bird. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. I was like, I knew we pulled someone. Oh, and the Julius Irving one. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we pulled Dirk, Luca, Dr. J. We got Ant-Man.
Could you imagine that starting five, by the way?
Yeah.
Like that starting five alone in their primes. Oh my God.
We got Harden.
James Harden coming off the bench.
Obviously Jordan. AD.
Oh yeah, we got a few Anthony Davises. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Luca there.
Yep. You had Rodman pulled before, correct? Before we did this?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. Yeah. One of my favorite players ever, by the way.
This was a good pickup.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Kevin Durant, Sonics edition. Yep.
Plus you can play him at shooting guard. So you got a 6'10" shooting guard.
Oh my, could you imagine?
Right.
Brandon Roy. I love Brandon Roy, dude. He's so good. Oh my God.
I already had these cards.
Yep, you had those. One of my favorite players ever, by the way, Blake Griffin. That's my boy right there. I love Blake Griffin. Oh,
I think that was everything. All the other cards I had.
John Barry.
Yeah.
The brother of our new assistant coach, Brent Barry. That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, it's a good card.
I love it. That's so cool, man. Look at your collection, man.
Drazen.
Oh, RIP, man. One of the best shooters ever.
Yep. Another big what if, too.
Shit, yep. Oh, my God, man. Ooh, is that, that was Walt Bella? Or, yeah. Oh, no, it's Lenny Wilkins. I'm sorry. I was thinking something else.
Look at all these guys with no skill, according to Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards. Just go play some My Team, man. Go jump into the My Era thing, and you'll see some real players with some skill, bro. You're literally highlighting over so many. Well, not Kwame Brown, but Kwame Brown wasn't that good. But Phoenix Suns broadcaster, Suns Ring of Honor member, Tom Chambers had some great skill, man. That's a great card.
Yeah, TC.
I love
TC. See what his dunk rating is. Should be pretty high.
Great broadcaster, great analysis, great player, nice guy. I know you've met him multiple times, as have I. Great guy.
I've had beers with him.
Yeah, you've drank with him, man. So cool.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, man. That's badass.
Yeah, he is actually he's a really good dude. I like him a lot.
And his co-host Tom Leander, that's my boy right there, man.
Oh, I love Leander too.
Tom Leander. Amari Stoudemire. Dude, you remember his Ring of Honor night?
Of course.
That was like
it's powerful. King Rex.
Yep. King Rex. Great Twitter follow, by the way. Sean Marion. Yep. Diamond.
Yeah, I got a lot of cards.
Cedric Ceballos.
I had even more cards than in years past because I stopped playing.
Yep. Man, what epic collection.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to this next year now.
Hell yeah,
Like
man.
I said, I'm gonna be pre-ordering.
Yep. I think I'm gonna have to do the same, man. Because you and I, let's be real, man. And we already talked about this, but let's be real. We were both kind of on the fence. I think I said to you, I'm like, I'm gonna wait to see if you pre-order it because I'm like, I don't know if I want to like waste my money if you're not gonna pre-order it, you know.
Yeah.
But this might have opened my eyes, and there was some other not my team related news that I kind of got excited about. But yeah, 2K24, salute to you. We're sending you off into the sunset.
That's it. That's it on 2K.
That's it, man. Because you only got 2000 my team and 2000 VC, and 2K doesn't need any more of our money. So
Nope.
nope.
Certainly not.
Oh man. Steve, anything else, man? I mean, anything. We could talk about my team. We could talk about 2K, the Suns, talk about our channels. What do you got for me, man? Like anything else you want to talk about? Or are we just kind of cooked here? We've been going for almost 2.5 hours.
I think we're cooked.
Yeah, I think we're cooked too.
I think we're cooked.
As the kids say, we're cooked.
Yeah. I'll mention again. I got 3 really cool reviews coming out today at 4:00.
I'm hyped, man. I can't wait.
Yeah. Zelda 1, but it's a special unofficial Super Nintendo port. And I'll even show you. Let me see here. Let me see if I could show the box art on these because it's really cool. Let's go.
Let me know if you need my help, like sharing anything and all that. But I know you got the control over it. Yeah,
let me pull up the box art.
Thank you, April, and thank you, Boo Mini, and thank you to really everybody. Lufa was in here earlier. Michael was in here earlier. Steve West was in here earlier. Thank you, everybody that's watching along live or watching later. We appreciate it. And April says it perfectly. Bill Russell is him. Yes. Open up an NBA history book. Use Google. Watch some Bill Russell stuff. One of the greatest big men ever. If I ever come up with a top 10 players list, he's going on there. So shout out to the late, great Bill Russell.
Absolutely. And you can see, let's see, let me go present here. Yep. And I'll go, let's see, share screen. There we go. Yep, and so this is the Zelda Link to the Past.
Oh.
And you can see, obviously, it's got a unique box art there.
Super Nintendo. Yep.
MSU1 media enhancement, which again is like what the Super Nintendo CD would have been able to do. And there's over 100 fully orchestrated CD quality songs on this game. And it's really cool. And like all the songs fit. Yeah. And it just really... It really kind of intensified things and like made it a lot more dramatic. And I played it on my projector with the surround sound, and it was just like, dude, it was banging. It was really good. And cool, everyone knows like the Zelda games.
Yeah. Just a lot of passionate fans. Yeah,
but it just has some of the best video game music like of all time. So it was really cool.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us.
We got that. And let me show you this too.
Yeah.
Let me go.
And again, for those of you watching, Steve's going to have 3 videos back to back to back talking all about this stuff. I can't wait, man.
This is the other one here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just share this window. This is for the original Legend of Zelda. And again, you guys see that box art, Super Nintendo CD?
Yep.
This is the original Zelda that was never released.
Great thumbnail, by the way. Of course.
Yeah, thanks, man. I was trying to find the box art and I couldn't find it. So I figured I'll just show you the thumbnail. And then here's the other thumbnail that I'll show you guys. I love your
shirt, by the way. That shirt is epic.
Thanks, dude. It's so old. It's so old, and I don't even know like how... I don't know how it fits, but It's
I
it's kind
love
of
it,
it's a
man.
tight fit because it's pretty old. And
Yep.
here's the other one.
Oh, that's
So
epic.
again, yeah, this is Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, but with a fully orchestrated soundtrack. Obviously, this is an NES game, so it never existed on Super Nintendo. It was ported unofficially, and it has the full orchestrated soundtrack. So yeah, that's what I got going up today at 4. And of course, I have the Nintendo Byte podcast at 6 p.m. today with Nintendo Prime. And we'll probably be talking Switch 2 news and rumors. And, one thing that gets me excited in connection with what we're talking about today
Hmm.
is when the Switch 2 comes out, being able to play NBA 2K at 60 frames per second portably. Because right now, you can play 2K on Switch, but it's at 30, and the
Yeah.
game is just considerably slower.
Yeah.
The idea of playing 2K portably at 60 frames has always been something that has been very exciting.
Yeah. Definitely. No, I hear you on that, man. That was my first thought. Playing on 30 frames, much slower. You know,
Yeah,
I hear you on that,
absolutely.
man. Well, Steve, this was a lot of fun, man. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. I know it benefits both of our channels. It's always fun talking ball and gaming with you. Love talking 2K with you, man. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, man. I'm super proud of you and your growth on your channel. It's been incredible to see how you've grown over the years, not just for your subscriber rate, but your content rate. Like your uploading schedule inspires me. All the work you're doing, all your
Thanks, man.
gaming reviews, all your YouTube shorts and TikToks and everything. It is truly inspiring, man. So whether you're
Thank you.
watching on ThunderStash Gaming's channel or my channel, seriously, click that subscribe button for both of us. Follow us. And as I like to say, Steve, at the end of the day, just keep watching us. Even if you hate our faces, just keep watching because that's all YouTube cares about, man. We
Yep.
got so much content on the way, Steve, especially me. Even though we're kind of on the dog days of the NBA offseason, we still got all of September to go. I'm going to have some live shows coming up, content coming out. And you already know if it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it, man. I can't wait to get you back on the channel. We're going to have to do a Suns edition, some kind of live show or something like that. Maybe we'll sprinkle a little gaming in there, maybe some 2K talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
That'd be
got time,
fun.
obviously. We got like a month and a half or whatever. So we can
Yeah.
do some good live shows, man. I'm pumped, man. And looking forward to all of your content. Make sure to try to get a power nap in or something, Steve. I know you got a lot of stuff coming out today and you got that
Yeah.
podcast later. So
I'm going to try. I was up
yeah.
at 4 in the morning. That's when I get
So
up.
early.
So I usually try to take a power nap before the podcast.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll probably try to get one in
Yep.
a couple hours here.
And in about an hour or so, I got to go to my other job, but it's only for a few hours. So I'll be good. I'll hydrate myself. And worst case scenario, I'll just go to bed early for once. So, Steve, any final thoughts on anything or anything you want to share? Or just any final thoughts, man? And then we'll wrap this up.
No, I think that's it. Looking forward, though, again, to joining you on future live streams to talk Phoenix Suns
Yep.
basketball. And again, guys, if you haven't already, please like this video,
Please.
share it out, subscribe to both of our channels, and keep watching, as Brandon said, because that is what YouTube cares about. They care if you watch it.
Preach.
Liking it's not enough. They actually look at how long you watched it. And if you don't watch it, then they're not going to suggest it to anybody else. So that's important. And I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I totally get that. But yeah, we definitely have a lot to talk about because the NBA season is coming up. I was telling the lady last night, basketball's almost here. Going to be here soon. She's like, oh, great. Because
we're both going to be very busy and glued to our televisions and all that.
Yeah. And I'm really excited. And I looked it up, of course, again, just to refresh. But yeah, our first preseason game is October 6th.
Can't wait.
Which likely means that a week before that is Media Week.
Yep. Can't wait for that.
Media Day. Suns Media Day is something you and I have both looked forward to every season for decades.
Yep.
More than 2 decades. Ever since they started airing it on TV or on live stream, we've been watching it. And
exactly.
It's something I look forward to. I love seeing Tom Leander every year. And of course, TC. and EJ and all the interviews with the guys. And it's just a fun time, man. It's something you can count on every
Yep.
year. And we live in a world today where there's not a lot of things you can count on happening every year. And this is one of them. It's like a
Exactly.
family reunion every year.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm very excited. I love Media Day. It's just something that's like once that hits, it's like when football starts, right? Because when football starts, that just means that okay, basketball's really close now.
Exactly. I don't want to keep us too much longer, but I totally agree with you. For me personally, and you know this, Media Day is a holiday for me, like
Yeah.
a legit holiday. And I forgot who said this. I wish I could remember to give them credit, but somebody a long time ago said NBA Media Day, everybody's record is 0-0. You know what I mean? Anybody can win the championship on Media Day. It's a day full of optimism. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
it
again,
is.
there's not much optimism in the world. There's not much optimism in sports, although I try to keep it optimistic.
Yeah, we
Everybody's
both do.
optimistic that day, and everybody has a record of 0-0. That's why I
Yeah.
love Media Day. I love it. And that to
Same, man.
me is the unofficial kickoff, if you will, to the
It
NBA
is.
season.
It is. It's the kickoff, and
Can't wait.
it's hype, and I can't wait. And
I'm
yeah, I'm
pumped,
looking
man.
forward to it, man.
It's going to be here sooner than you know it, man. So, with that being said, everybody, subscribe, like, comment. If you legit watched this whole thing, please let us know. Put it in our comment section. Subscribe to ThunderStash Gaming. Subscribe to Suns Geek. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. Peace out. Win or lose, Phoenix Suns for life. And go Suns. Peace out.
Go Suns.
Go Suns.